to you live from Garfield Heights High School. This is the SmeeSports pregame show on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. And that is right, we are going live pregame opposed to doing our usual open. The reason why? We were told 7 p.m. tip-off. It is currently halftime of the JV game. And you know what? We're sitting here, we're doing nothing. We're going to do a pregame show. I am Nathan Smee alongside me tonight, Cameron Gazzo on the call, and as well for pregame, Bryce Fisher. Gentlemen, one of the biggest games on our schedule, and it should be a really fun matchup. 10-5 Garfield, 9-5 Warrensville. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm very excited and very excited to be able to call this one.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really, really good game. Obviously, it's the two coaches. You got the brothers battling it out tonight. I think that's going to be a fun one to watch. I brought it up in a previous stream about how those dinner conversations go around Thanksgiving time after these games.
And looking at that matchup right now, 4-0 in favor of Sonny Johnson. He is the older brother. He had a lot of words after the game last year at Warrensville Heights High School. But Cam, I'm going to go to you here. You have played with and against your siblings quite a lot. What do you think is going through both of their minds right now?
Well, I think you're definitely thinking about it, but at the same time, you're really not, because they're not the ones playing on the court. You know, you're trying to do your best to out-coach them, but it's all about your players on the court. You got to do your best to control your players and coach your players through this. I mean, obviously both players on either side know about them being brothers, but you got to kind of take that out of it and kind of take a step back, although it is kind of fun to play into it a little bit sometimes.
And of course, the fun thing with all of this, you have to look at Marcus Johnson, Sonny's son and Michi's nephew, Sonny and Marcus, the first duo ever in national history to both win Mr. Basketball. Sonny in 1998 here at Garfield Heights, Marcus last year. But don't forget about Michi's playing days. Back in 2001, the last Final Four berth, Michi was on that team for Warrensville. And oh, by the way, assistant coach and athletic director at Warrensville Heights, Brian Swift, he was too.
Yeah, and obviously, Michi had a phenomenal career collegiately and in high school. So you expect him, he has a phenomenal understanding of the game. You expect him to be a competitor. All great athletes are competitors, and he's going to come out ready to compete. Whether it's his brother or if it's some random team across the court, they're going to find a way to compete tonight.
And one final family note, you can't forget about Michi Johnson. Obviously, the coach is important, but why not Michi Jr., the player at South Carolina? He has been a great player this year. He's been fun to watch. It's a full family affair. And beyond that, of course, Detroit Mercy's old player, or he might still be there, I could be mistaken, Sonny Johnson Jr. Truly, if you look at basketball lineages in the state of Ohio, I think you have two guys that could easily be number one. The Johnsons, and then you go down to a smaller level, the Dieblers.
Yeah, I mean, definitely great comparison. I was a little bummed out when he left Ohio State, but obviously he's done great things out South Carolina. I mean, yeah, just a great play all around. Like you said, great family, and always great in basketball sense.
And of course, Jake Diebler, the now head coach of the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking over for Chris Holtman, who has now done a great job over at, I believe, trying to think that school. Where's he at?
I know exactly where it is, but I don't.
Not Howard. We're going to double check that in a minute, but Bryce, your thoughts?
Well, I think if you leave Ohio State, you're stupid, so I'm not exactly a fan. But I think they are by far the... I'll say it. They're the best basketball family in Ohio. You can't have a family with two Mr. Ohio basketball and not assume they're the best in Ohio.
By the way, Chris Holtman, he is at DePaul. I wanted to say DePaul for a reason, but that's Division III.
Yeah, a little tricky when we go up playing in them, out of conference OAC play. You play DePaul, and then you play DePaul D1.
I'll say, though, OAC over NCAP any day.
Oh, 100%. I feel like we're a little biased, but absolutely.
Looking at this matchup, of course, a big one for both teams. I wrote in the pregame show script, big battles and big battles. The reason why, the first main one to watch, I would say the biggest of all of them, no pun intended, the big men down below. How do they factor in?
I think that's going to be the biggest factor. We just had Marshawn over here talking to us. He said it's not going to be the wings. He knows that Garfield has the better wings. He said it's not going to be the point. They know the point guard's better. It's going to be the big man. If Warrensville wins this, it's going to be on the bigs.
Yeah, the question is, can Jalen Gum get down low and out-rebound the Belcher brothers. I mean, obviously they've been very good this year, leading the team in blocks. And, being able to get those offensive rebounds, get second chance possessions is exactly what you want. I know I saw it firsthand yesterday as OAC play as BW Women's was taking on Otterbein. They had a phenomenal offensive rebounder, but, BW able to come out with the win. But still, I mean, it just gave them so many second chance points and gives them an opportunity, especially if they're falling behind, to give an opportunity and a lane back into the game.
And as well, for those tuning in, wondering the score of the JV game at the half, Warrensville 21, Garfield 17. And it started off with a big dunk, but more on that later. Before we talk about some other key matchups, who wants to go down memory lane? I know I do. Cam, you want to go down memory lane? Bryce, memory lane?
No.
Oh, okay.
2-1. This is a democracy after all. You are overruled. We're going down memory lane. The first meeting of 4 between the brothers came back on December 14th, 2023. And that was a 63-59 victory in this house. Not to kind of spoil what's going to happen, the next year was a little more clear-cut for Sonny Johnson. Then the next matchup, speaking of clear-cut, came on February 2nd, 2024, 74-45 at Warrensville. That was all Sonny in that one. Then fast forward to last season, we streamed both games last year. 2 very important games as well. So as we try to go down and find that, on January 2nd, 59-45 at Warrensville. And then again on the 6th of February, 66-49. And that was a net game for Garfield Heights, meaning they cut down nets. They won the last rendition of the LEL, the Lake Erie League, the 100-plus year conference, of course, folding after last year. Very sad, but you know what? It was not a sad occasion. For the 3rd year in a row, Garfield cutting down nets.
Yeah, I mean, obviously a great thing when you're cutting down nets, and unfortunately with that great conference coming to an end, but it's time to move on to bigger and better things.
Yeah, it always sucks when your conference has to fold, but cutting down nets is obviously an awesome experience. So looking forward, Garfield's still going to be in a great position. They're still going to be cutting down nets at some level, whether it's conference or in OHSAA tournament play.
And I think you're realistically looking at 2 teams who could easily make it to a regional final. Who has the better path? Obviously, Garfield a higher division, but Warrensville, they have to play some scrappy teams.
Yeah, I think both are going to play very, very tough teams down the stretch. I might even give the slight edge in the better path to Warrensville, just because they're in a lower division and they play up and they play such high-ranked competition. Obviously, they have a couple of games they probably want back this year, but yeah, hopefully this one's going to be close tonight, and it's really going to show other teams that, hey, we can play up, we don't mess around, even though we're in a lower division, that we can do some damage.
Yeah, I think I'd probably go with Warrensville as well, even though we all expect them to run into Glenville, who's been a very good team now that football season's fully died out and their players are getting into game shape and game speed. They are 16th right now in Northeast Ohio. I think that's going to be probably a big challenge for Warrensville.
And going back to what Marshawn said, I agree with him. I think your regional final is going to be Glenville and Warrensville Heights. We saw Glenville on Saturday. Believe it or not, after that all great schedule of games, a lot of great games this week, none happened. Our last broadcast was on Saturday somehow in some way. I've been going through withdrawals from broadcasting, so I don't know about that one. But next year, you join the United Athletic Conference, which is Brush, a very good basketball school, of course. Chet Mason there as the head coach of the boys team. And then Ohio State commit Tatiana Mason with the women's team. Bedford, Maple Heights, Garfield, Warrensville. And then the quote-unquote oddball of the group, Youngstown. And those Youngstown teams, it's East and Cheney combined. I believe it's just Youngstown, but at one point it was Youngstown United, which I feel like really does define what it is. What do we think about that conference, especially the travel out to Youngstown? Cam, you saw the squalls on the way here. We got it coming out from Alliance. Both in a similar direction, both equally nasty this time of year.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting. Hopefully, next year well, obviously it's Ohio, so, the weather's just going to continue all the way around. But, yeah, definitely going to be an interesting drive all the way out to Youngstown in this new conference. But it's going to create some nice new rivalries, perchance.
Yeah, I think it'll definitely be an interesting. It's more college friendly, where you have the travel, you have to go take a hike maybe, and be able to adjust and get into game mindset quickly. I know in baseball season you see that a little bit more frequently, as there's a lot more games that you travel for to try to avoid the weather. since you don't get to play indoors. And I know football also likes to do a trip maybe out of state, so it might be new for this Garfield and Warrensville Heights team.
As well, who knew what a snow squall was before the notification on Tuesday?
Okay, so I was driving on Tuesday down to Alliance. And I got the notification and it was fine the entire way down. I didn't get a notification today. I'm driving on 480 and all of a sudden I can't see 2 cars ahead of me.
And Bryce, you can vouch for this. I think J-Rod made a comment of, hey, there are those snow squalls. I'm like, nah, that's not a squall. A minute later, I think my words are, I can't see the car in front of me.
Yeah, I believe so. And when they popped up Tuesday night, I didn't actually see it until later because I fell asleep at like 5 o'clock. So,
going back to both teams, as there are a lot of talented players, let's talk about the guards. And I would say specifically, you have to look at the three-point battle first. We're going to tease Marcus Johnson quite a lot before we mention him. Let's talk about Jalen Billingsley and C.J. Williams. I would say the best three-point shooters, obviously independent of a D1 unicorn player in Marcus Johnson on both teams.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely are. We saw that in that out-of-state game. They played Capital. I was trying to remember the name. They played Capital, and they shot the lights out, really. I mean, phenomenal from beyond the arc, and it really propelled them to win that game.
And to add on to that before I go to you, 15 threes in that game for Warrensville Heights, zilch for Capital.
yeah, and C.J. Williams against, Erie, I believe, shot the lights out, and he was phenomenal. He was so good from the three-point line, and then he ended up taking over, being able to drive and stretch the floor a little bit.
18 points, all of which came in that second half. Now let's go to where I would say Marcus Johnson does figure in. Because of the size of the starting lineup, I would call Marcus Johnson the small forward on the team. At the collegiate level, I don't think he plays there, but if we're looking at Garfield's kind of base package, if you want to even call it that, Javante and CJ are your 1 and 2. Neither one's going to play the 3. Marcus is your 3. One of the Belcher twins, or rather, the Belcher brothers, just one is younger than the other, is your 4. And I would say the number 5 would be Antonio Jones. But how do you think that match is going to go? Is Flunelli going to be Flunelli, or is this just going to be Marcus Johnson dominating a category?
I was looking at the stats today. It feels like, actually, the stats don't lie. Marcus hasn't had a game under 22 points this season. His high was 40 when he faced Glenville here. The NEO Youth League Christmas Classic. Definitely, it's going to be a task to try and keep him under, if you keep him at 20 or at 22, you got to feel pretty good about yourself, and it obviously gives you a high % chance to win in this game. But yeah, I definitely think there's an opportunity. It's big, high-stakes game. Does Marcus Johnson come in and take over like we saw him do at Glenville?
Yeah, I liked Marshawn's take. He said that if you can keep Marcus Johnson under 25, that's a bad game for him. It puts the pressure on his teammates, the pressure that they're not used to having. They understand that Marcus can generally get a bucket at will, but if you kind of form that wall at the top of the key and not allow Marcus Johnson to do whatever he wants and run the game, it's going to put a lot of pressure on his teammates, and seeing how they respond to that is going to mean a lot in this game.
And then my final matchup, of course, it has to be the coaching battle, Sonny versus Michi. Warrensville was 20-6 last year. Already 5 losses this year. You might scoff at that and say, you know what, that's not a great year for them. But I feel like the definition of this season for Michi has been adjustments. Obviously, Lutheran East didn't go the way he wanted it to. You go back to that game last year. TJ Crumble historically struggled at the Youth League Christmas Classic. Ziegler took a step. Hill took a step. Chambers, the main ball handler from that game who took over, he was gone. Wayne Chappelle, that was his breakout game. He was not there. You lose those guys, it's a different game. Now, Hoban, they brought back most of their key pieces against another great head coach in TK Griffith, who realistically, based on the video that we saw, should not have walked out of Warrensville last year with that overtime win. It should have been done in regulation. Warrensville should have won. They left no doubt in the end, winning that one, I believe, by 11. How much of an adjustment, at least coaching-wise, has Michi made? And how much closer is he now to Sonny? Or has Sonny extended that lead in other ways and making it all the way to the Final Four before bowing out in unfortunate fashion to Louisville?
I just think he's kind of taking the next step. Michi. I think Michi has kind of taken the next step. Obviously, he's following in his brother's footsteps, albeit at a different school. But he looks up to him. I'm sure they talk like Bryce said, maybe at Thanksgiving time. But I'm sure they have some good phone calls and talk to each other about obviously not sharing secrets, but, trying to get the most out of their players and trying to develop a practice plan and try and make their team the best team that they can possibly have.
Michi is currently arguing for the JV team, so I'm going to give the edge to Michi. I think he's all bought in. Plus, not to discredit Sonny, but it helps when you have Mr. Ohio basketball on your roster.
It definitely does, and of course it helps that it stays in the family. It's funny you mentioned the head coach helping in a JV game. Cam, do you remember Lake Catholic, our sophomore year of baseball with Coach Carter? Of him arguing in the JV game?
Yeah.
Those are some good times. I mean, it just shows that the coaches care, and that's the big thing. When we return, we're going to talk about some Southern Northeast Ohio action, the EBC, all leading up to a Valentine's Day soiree between Alliance and West Branch. Who wins the conference, or is it yet again going to be the spoils shared between the Aviators and the Warriors? Beyond that, University, his latest top 25 was released. Do we agree? Do we not? And who are the Cardinals? We had to call and clarify that one to make sure so he didn't misspeak. And finally, believe it or not, Tri-C Baseball, it's back in less than a month. So somehow, in some way, amid this cold, we are going to be dealing with some great baseball as usual. Time in the JV game, 3:55 in the third, as you are watching the SmeeSports pregame show on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Here at Ledgewood Barbershop, it's the little things that count. From the moment you walk in, we want you to feel at home in a great community. Our barbers know how to serve our customers and make them love their fresh cut. Visit us today at 17100 Royalton Road in Strongsville, just across the street from the mall. Or call us at 440-238-5105. We know that once you stop in, you'll keep coming back. Ledgewood Barbershop, your next haircut awaits. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring. Homeowners, here's something you'll love. Crown Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing is now offering a free Rooted in Comfort home evaluation. That's right, it's free. Not a sales pitch, real education. We'll walk through your home's mechanical system with you, check indoor air quality, test your water, and answer the questions most homeowners never get clear answers to. All free, all about guidance, not pressure. Give us a call at 330-235-1575. That's 330-235-1575. Rooted in Comfort, honest guidance, real solutions. Crown Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Well, welcome back to Garfield Heights High School for the SmeeSports pregame show. Time locally is 7:07. Time left in the JV game, 1:55 in the third. Yes, the third quarter, a delay that we weren't really expecting tonight, but you know what? We're making the most of it. It's time for a great pregame show, our first full-fledged pregame show since, believe it or not, on this channel, week 10 of the football season, and beyond that, the first round of the OHSCA playoffs on Halloween. It's been a while, but we're back in business as we were back then. Once again, I'm Nathan Smee alongside me, Cameron Gazzo and Bryce Fisher. Let's talk Southern Northeast Ohio basketball, mainly the Eastern Buckeye Conference. You look at Alliance, a great team this year, 14-2. West Branch, they, I believe, have 8 wins, and I believe they are 7-0 in the EBC. In other words, all their wins are in conference play, somehow in some way. And Alliance's best year, in a down year for West Branch, is still playing second fiddle to the Warriors. It's just beyond me.
Yeah, I'm not as familiar with them. I'm not down there as you are. But, no, I've seen the Aviators play, and they are definitely a very dangerous team to run into. And I think, like you said, they're going on the collision course, and they're going to find each other, and it's definitely going to be a very tough matchup for both sides.
Yeah, I think they're going straight at each other. I have a feeling that matchup is going to be phenomenal. Obviously, West Branch doesn't have the athletes that Alliance has and the pure talent, but
Gavin Gregory is a 6'7" tight end who's playing basketball. They have the athletic ability. I'm going to have to interrupt you there with that one.
One guy.
Jeremiah Thomas as well.
He's like 5'8". Sorry.
Zach Coffey.
I'm still taking the overall athleticism of Alliance's roster over West Branch every single day of the week. If you think you're going to name Gavin Gregory, who's a phenomenal athlete, I believe he's going somewhere for football.
I thought he was Toledo. I heard he decommitted, and now I'm seeing that's not the case.
Okay. So you take him and JT, and those are probably the 2 best athletes on West Branch roster. I'm sorry. I'm taking Sam Hayes over both of them.
That is a bold take. I don't know about that one. I don't know, Jim. I don't know. That's a tough one for me.
I'm just saying, they have phenomenal athletes. They have incredible talent. I expect Alliance to win that matchup, even though West Branch has done a phenomenal job in the EBC this year.
I'll tell you what, one thing we can confirm, somebody's heart is going to get broken. It is a Valentine's Day game, 6 p.m. tip. You can watch it live here on SmeeSports. Should be a great battle. Barring more cancellations, which I believe the entire EBC is off school tomorrow, that should be the last Eastern Buckeye Conference game of the year. It should be. And going back to it, I do believe tomorrow, if they play, Carrollton is going to upset West Branch at their own place. I think Carrollton wins that game. I like what Coach Ackerman has. Tavian Johnson is a great player for the Warriors. They win that one. In the words of Abba, the winner takes it all on the 14th.
I don't understand how you went from believing that West Branch has better athletes than Alliance to saying that they're going to get upset by Carrollton. Listen, I think Carrollton's a good team, but
athletes and actual production are 2 different things.
I don't disagree, but that's a bold take that I am not standing with.
Alliance and West Branch, Carrollton, Tavian Johnson is one heck of an athlete. And you'll get Dylan Murphy last year. Maybe not the most athletic guy. He set the record for most threes in a single game and had 36 points at Marlington. It was insane. I believe he was 5'9", 5'10", came in and dominated from outside the arc. I just have a feeling that it's going to be a very good game tomorrow, that West Branch is going to drop. I could be wrong, but I think if you're Alliance, it's a tough one. You're having one of your best regular seasons, which I believe right now is the best regular season that they have had since their undefeated campaign a long while ago. But if you have to split the conference again, would you be disappointed? Or, in other words, would that be a disappointment?
Sorry, I got distracted by a tech being given. But, no, I don't think it would be a disappointment. You've already had a great season. You know it's going to be a great season. Oh my.
I don't know. They had to do some separations on the court for JV. Clearly, this rivalry runs deep.
3.4 seconds left to go in the JV game's third quarter as well. And we have another set of technical fouls. I don't know if we're starting until...
Oh, he's ejected.
Oh!
They sent him to the locker room. They sent him...
See this.
He's gone. He walked out the door.
Just got ejected.
I'm baffled.
I don't know if that's a second time.
It was a Garfield player that got ejected, and Warrensville is the one arguing.
Oh, we have to be missing something here.
We have to be. And now Michi's coming up.
Once again, I love that Michi is out here coaching the JV players before what you could say is the biggest game on his schedule so far, which is crazy to say in its own right. But cutting it back up here, it's really tough to tell what's going to happen tomorrow. We're going to be at Alliance Minerva if that game actually does happen. And believe it or not, Minerva, they have taken West Branch to 2 very good games, including overtime. They're a sneaky team to look out for, especially if Rowan Hoffey gets going early.
Yeah, 100%. I could see Minerva giving some scares to a few teams here and there.
Should we talk about the university rankings? Is that what we should do here next?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Should we just list it out first and then kind of go from there?
Yeah.
Where do we want to start? 25 up or 1 down?
1 down.
All right, so going 1 down, Lutheran East, Ignatius +1, Eds +1, Garfield Heights -2, Gilmore +1. That's your top 5. 6 through 10, Cheney a +1. I had to make sure that's a 1 and not a 7 there. St. V's +1, Brunswick -3, Warrensville +1, Bedford -1. That's your top 10. Hoban, Akron, Garfield, Euclid, Mentor. 10 through 14, stay put. Massillon +2 to 15. Glenville up to 16 with a +7. Ursuline down 1 and 17th. 18 and 19, Alliance McKinley stay put. Medina drops 5 down to 20. 21-22, Brecksville Hoover stay in place. Mid-Park jumps 1. Cleveland Heights drops 4. And your only new team to the rankings is the Jackson Polar Bears. All right, let's debrief here. What is the initial take on this? Once again, we talked to Rock before the broadcast. He knows we're talking about it. He is a great colleague of ours, and as I told him on the phone call, if it wasn't for him asking me to help out with the Youth Elite pregame show, halftime show, postgame show that he did 2 years ago, we would not be in this spot. So all the respect to him, but now is the time that we give our thoughts.
All right, we just saw Glenville and Brunswick play. Why is Glenville so low? Why is Brunswick so high? I understand Glenville jumped 7, but Brunswick dropping 3? I don't know about that. I feel like they got to drop more.
Listen, I understand that Glenville started slow. I understand that completely. The Seahawks and the Patriots, I believe, lost in week 1, and they're playing in the Super Bowl. Teams start slow sometimes. Teams start slow. So I understand having that image in your head of, well, Glenville lost a couple in their first 2 weeks of play. But, man, they dominated Brunswick. I completely agree with Cam here. Brunswick needs to be moved down, and we need to see Glenville up in those rankings.
I do completely agree. Once again, it's tough to jump them that much. Massillon, they have 1 loss on the year. I don't think you put Glenville over them. Now, Mentor, this is my gripe. They're 10-4, one of the top teams in the state. When I called Rock, I thought wholeheartedly, looking at this, that has to be Canfield's 14-2 and top 40 in the state. It's Mentor. I think Canfield, at minimum based on this, should be 20. And I say 20 as the baseline because of Medina, who of course got zocked heavily because of that Strongsville loss.
Canfield's better than Hoover.
They would be in that ranking if you put them at 20.
That's where I would put them. I would put them a spot ahead of Hoover.
So Brecksville up to 20, them at 21?
No, you put Canfield in there at 21, and then you knock Jackson out because no one likes the Polar Bears.
Now, this is the home of Youth Elite. Mason Morris, a.k.a. White Boy Mace, a big byproduct of Youth Elite. So I would beg to differ that people up here like Jackson.
I was going to say, so at the conclusion, let's say hypothetically Garfield wins this one. How far are you moving them up? Because technically they beat the 9th ranked, right? Or if Warrensville win, how far are you moving them up? How far are you dropping Garfield? I'm excited to see the result of this game and how that's going to change. But, I mean, obviously we know Lutheran East, excuse me. I'm sorry. That ruffled some feathers. Lutheran East is the clear-cut number 1. But I'm just, I'm interested to see, obviously, Eds gets the big win over Padua. That was a pretty comfortable win for them, almost by 20 points, I believe. But, I think it's pretty good all around. I think, the only thing I would change is maybe bumping Brunswick down a couple more. And in the same thing, Glenville lost to this Garfield team by 4, right? They were down, 10 with 2 minutes left or something like that. They were down big with 2 minutes left. Everyone thought this game was over. All of a sudden, they come storming back. It's all of a sudden a game, and then Garfield able to hold on just in the end by 4, though. I mean, this is a very talented Glenville team. This is a very talented Garfield team. But like Bryce said, some teams start slowly and they're able to, pick up the pace and move it along as the season comes along. I think that Brunswick win is a very statement win for Glenville, and it's really going to continue to propel them and probably propel them up in the rankings if they're able to continue to win.
Let's talk Cheney real quick. They began the year beating Canfield 71-46. They lost 72-55 at Alliance. They lost 66-61 at home, and those are their losses. They beat St. V's. They beat that Erie team by 20 and beat Bedford by 24. However, it's really weird to look at it when Hoban's at 11, who beat them, and Alliance is at 18, who beat them. I understand the West Branch loss, docks them. Massillon's 15, which I think is still too low. I don't know how that equals out to 6th for Cheney.
It's bad math. That's all it is.
And also, if Warrensville wins tonight and Garfield loses, Gilmore should jump to 4th.
Yeah.
That team is insane. They beat Brunswick. That was a great win for them. Their only loss is University School, and that's the Battle of Psalm Center.
Yeah.
That just has to be taken as a grain of salt in a rivalry game. But looking at it, top 2 is blocked off. 3, I would say, is kind of blocked off for now. Top 5, I think, is kind of set in stone unless Garfield does lose tonight. I think Cheney should drop. I understand that St. V's lost to them. But then again, they beat Garfield, and that comes with another bag of worms. Early on in the season, how much do you read into it? Brunswick, I would have them lower if Massillon was higher, honestly. That's my issue of putting them below Warrensville. If Warrensville wins tonight, easily. And I like how he did, okay, Warrensville jumps Bedford because Warrensville got the revenge game, and they won. I like that. Overall point differential, they win. I like that move completely. Beyond that, Hoban through Euclid is really weird. Akron Garfield 1 spot ahead of Euclid is exactly how it should be. I feel like Menor, I don't know about that one. I would like to see Canfield in there opposed to them. Otherwise, a very solid list. I like it. We obviously have Cleveland.com to go off of, but Cleveland.com's only Cleveland. Rock basically goes, okay, from the lake down to, I would say, the start of Tuskegee County, maybe. So kind of like where Minerva cuts off, and out to the border of PA. I like that. It gives you a better spot just than Cleveland, because then what's a Cleveland school? Are we talking, okay, Senate and LEL? Are we talking down to Strongsville? Are we talking down to Medina? Does it cut off in Brook Park? Where does it cut off?
I mean, if you ask someone from Ohio, it basically cuts off at the end of Route 8. But I'd probably say I'd go as low as Strongsville.
And that's obviously the weird part of it. I like his rankings a lot. I would highly recommend that you go and follow University. To pull up his handle real quick so people can go and follow him at UnivarsityU on Instagram. He does a lot of great work. And just to show that we're not pulling numbers out of nowhere, here is the ranking right there. You can pause it right now and see that is the official list with the plus and minus included. When we return, it's time to make predictions and talk about keys to victory tonight, along with the start of baseball season. Time locally in Garfield Heights is 7:21, and time left of the JV game, 3:41 in regulation, as you are watching the SmeeSports pregame show on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Here at Ledgewood Barbershop, it's the little things that count. From the moment you walk in, we want you to feel at home in a great community. Our barbers know how to serve our customers and make them love their fresh cut. Visit us today at 17100 Royalton Road in Strongsville, just across the street from the mall. Or call us at 440-238-5105. We know that once you stop in, you'll keep coming back. Ledgewood Barbershop, your next haircut awaits. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring. Homeowners, here's something you'll love. Crown Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing is now offering a free Rooted in Comfort home evaluation. That's right, it's free. Not a sales pitch, real education. We'll walk through your home's mechanical system with you, check indoor air quality, test your water, and answer the questions most homeowners never get clear answers to. All free, all about guidance, not pressure. Give us a call at 330-235-1575. That's 330-235-1575. Rooted in Comfort, honest guidance, real solutions. Crown Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Welcome back to Garfield Heights High School for the SmeeSports pregame show on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Time locally 7:24. Time left in the JV game 2:52. I believe we started right around 6:50. Pregame's been going on for a half an hour now, and JV is still going. I think that really does put into perspective how long we've been here.
Yeah, and we still got a whole another game to go.
Any thoughts in your mind, Bryce?
I'm tired.
Suspension in the car not doing too good?
No, it's not. And I sat in that freaking puddle from the wagon, so my pants are wet on my rear end. And it's uncomfortable and cold, and it's still cold out because somebody made Mother Nature mad. We're angry. But we got a night at the races this weekend. We got practice. We got barbecue wings. So it's gonna get better.
We have our own version of Pat McAfee at this point, don't we?
And I have 5 men's volleyball games.
Ooh.
Don't knock men's volleyball. There's some
I'm
fun
not
teams in
knocking
there.
it. I'm just he's taking the weekend off.
I'm knocking it.
And we're getting to work.
I don't know if I'd say I'm taking the weekend off.
Okay,
I got practice, then practice, and then night at the races where I gotta sell tickets to a bunch of old people. No disrespect if any of my parents are watching.
If they're watching,
Yeah,
they're not buying
you're not old. They already bought their tickets, so they can't do anything.
Looking back at this matchup, I think it's the best way to segue back. And if you want more of this is basically every pregame show during football season. And when DC is here, we go from a level 6 to a level 8. We got to bring it back down to here.
That's level 9.
But keys to victory. This could go one of two ways, I would say, if Warrensville were to win. We'll start with Warrensville. 1, they get Garfield into too much foul trouble. Last year in this building, fouls. That is how the teams were able to get their start. Warrensville scored by making a free throw. 1 of 2, and then they just didn't score for a while. Same with Garfield. Get Garfield into foul trouble, they win. Number 2, you lock down Marcus Johnson, i.e. less than 30, I would say, and you can win this game.
I would say less than 25. No, maybe 30. I mean, he's averaging, 29 a night?
Nearly 30.
Yeah, nearly 30. So, yeah, I think if you keep him under his points per game, at least you have the opportunity.
I'm gonna go with Marshawn. I like the 25. They keep him under 25. I think they'll have a good chance to win. If they can win the battle down low, which they should, that'll definitely help.
Now, Garfield. Obviously, you have the ultimate win condition card in all the OHSAA. That's Marcus Johnson. What else should we look for?
CJ, obviously you showed out last time in that third quarter. What I believe he had 12 or even more. But Yeah, he was very good. He really showed up in a big way and allowed Warrensville to win that game. And I think he's got to come up big if they want to win again tonight.
I 100% agree with that. I also think, is it Belcher or Bletcher? Belcher. I think the older one needs to play a big role tonight.
And that obviously is going to be important for Garfield. Rotation's big, and they need to keep that in mind here. Predictions for the game. As always, Cam and I, we're going to recuse ourselves from making predictions on this game since we are on the call. We asked J-Rod and Sarah their thoughts. Both went with Garfield. Bryce, I don't want to give you any kind of constraints here. Who do you think? Oh, hold on.
She changes her vote.
So who's going to win now?
Whichever team gets to 67 first has my vote.
All right.
I think she's going to go with Warrensville now from what we heard. So it's split.
I could not hear a single word she said.
You don't want to know.
Great.
She is going to go with Warrensville. J-Rod is going to go with Garfield. You're the tiebreaker. Who's winning?
Man, I wanted to go with Warrensville, but I don't think I can go with Sarah. Just based on my instincts and gut feeling, so I will go with Garfield.
You have made so many outlandish claims. With the Battling Bees of Medina and all of that. That takes the cake for the most Pat McAfee-esque thing that you have ever said in the pregame show.
He's giving me a fist bump, so I think it's natural.
We'll see. All right, final thing here before we wrap up pregame and toss it downstairs for player warm-ups. Baseball season, it is fast approaching. Some big commits happening. And the big one in regards to football, Casey Meister from Highland. He is going to OU to play baseball, not football.
Yeah, that was a curveball. Obviously, T3 produces phenomenal players. We've expected that. Quincy Mazik, Crazel, who else? You got Ian Kane, Brody Pepe. You got so many guys that have come out of T3. They're always phenomenal. Isaiah Amaris. So we fully expected him to go somewhere. I really expected him to play football, though. I thought he was going to be a two-sport kind of guy. I thought he loved football. But I'm happy to see him go to OU. Obviously, great players have gone to OU in the past. You had Jimmy Surha go to OU. He had a good first year there. You had Ben Slanker go to OU, which he's now at, I want to say Louisville. So I think it'll be a good fit for him.
And as well, looking at those guys you mentioned, especially with OU, it's a new regime. And that does play a big factor into these new commits.
Yeah, it is a new regime, and they had a big transfer portal issue this past offseason when they announced that they were going to be parting ways with their head coach. I believe it was 33 guys entered the portal. It was drastic. It was a big-time story going through PBR, Perfect Game. Everyone was talking about it, how they were going to bounce back, and most of their key pieces are gone. So you have to find a way to build from the ground up over the next 2 to 3 years.
And I would say that mass exodus is on par, if not a little bit better than what happened at Lake Erie, which that was, I still don't understand how that happened, really. I mean, you look at what they built there, it looked great. You switch coaches, we'll see what happens in the end. But I would say until we hit mid-February, it's irrelevant. Our first baseball game as of right now is on February 28th. It is a doubleheader at Tri-C as they take on Bay. And then again on March 1st, a Saturday-Sunday doubleheader. With that in mind, this has been the SmeeSports pregame show. JV is now done. 44-34, Warrensville takes down Garfield. It is time, though, for a family feud for the 5th time in the head coaching career of Meechie Johnson. 0-4 against Sonny. Can he change that here? Once again, this has been the SmeeSports pregame show. Buckle up, everybody. It's Garfield Heights, Warrensville Heights. Up next in 15 minutes on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Here at Ledgewood Barbershop, it's the little things that count. From the moment you walk in, we want you to feel at home in a great community. Our barbers know how to serve our customers and make them love their fresh cut. Visit us today at 17100 Royalton Road in Strongsville, just across the street from the mall. Or call us at 440-238-5105. We know that once you stop in, you'll keep coming back. Ledgewood Barbershop, your next haircut awaits. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring. Homeowners, here's something you'll love. Crown Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing is now offering a free Rooted in Comfort home evaluation. That's right, it's free. Not a sales pitch, real education. We'll walk through your home's mechanical system with you, check indoor air quality, test your water, and answer the questions most homeowners never get clear answers to. All free, all about guidance, not pressure. Give us a call at 330-235-1575. That's 330-235-1575. Rooted in Comfort, honest guidance, real solutions. Crown Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove. Neighbor Nation, we will see you on Saturday afternoon. Riley Meister gets the point.
Smacked into left field. Say goodnight to that baseball.
And there's another one. It's back to back Jacks for KSU Tuscarawas. Needs a point, and it's alive. Hanson pushes it over. Unbelievable. We play on. It's blocked. We're tied. We're tied. Unbelievable.
The 2-1-6 is out tonight at Garfield Heights High School. It is a family feud on Turney Road as the 10-5 Garfield Heights Bulldogs take on the 9-5 Warrensville Heights Tigers as you are watching the OHSAA on SmeeSports, presented by Ledgewood Barbershop. Hello friends, Nathan Smee, camera guys on the call for you this evening. Here we go, nearly game time. We had 5 minutes on the clock. They added 5 more. Tip-off now anticipated for 7:55. Do you think that delay plays any factor in this game, or is it just business as usual for these two very talented teams from the 2-1-6?
I think it's just business as usual. I think, maybe a couple fans are a little bit upset, but, good things take some time, and this one is set to be a great one tonight.
And it's a good crowd on hand. Obviously, at Warrensville, you could sell that building out a lot easier than you can here. I believe capacity 1,800 there. I don't have an official measurement here on this gym. I've been told over 3,000 can fit. I think maybe 1.5 to 2.
Probably somewhere around there.
But a big crowd on hand. The difference between last year's game here and this year's game, Joseph Trey Lewis, who we've covered in the past, he was inducted into the Garfield Heights Athletic Hall of Fame at this game last year. And it was also the game for the LEL title, And in the end, Garfield, for the 3rd consecutive season, cut down nets. This year, it's a non-conference game. The conferences are out the window. It's just brother versus brother. Does that help Garfield or Warrensville more?
I think that helps Warrensville more. I think it's a non-conference game. I don't really know if that factors into it as much, but I think Warrensville going into this with the underdog mentality. Obviously, Michi's still looking for his first win against his brother, and I think he hopes to get it tonight. Obviously,
and he will have some help in the case of King Young, the big guard for Garfield, transferring over from Cleveland Central Catholic. He is inactive tonight. He has been nursing an injury all season, unable to go. How big of a blow is that for the Bulldogs off the bench?
It's very big. Obviously, when you take Marcus out and you got to have some other guys step up. Usually King Young's one of those guys that you have step up, but obviously it's going to be a no-go in this game, so you got to have some other players step up and really fill in that role when Marcus goes to the bench. And even when he's on the floor, you got to take some of that pressure off him, because just in case they double team or even triple team, other people start got to making shots.
And it's not like Garfield doesn't have a good backcourt without King Young. Enter C.J. Williams, a sophomore, and the freshman sensation, Javante Swift.
Yeah, they have been very good. We saw him in that game against Erie. Obviously, CJ had a phenomenal second half of that game. You said he ended it with 18 points, but really started showing up in that third quarter. I believe he scored at least 12, and he really went on a run and really helped propel that team to that win. And then obviously the very talented freshman, I haven't seen him a ton this year, but when we have, he has really excelled it and really showed why he should be on this team and why he's getting these minutes.
And as usually when we cover Garfield, we don't mention Marcus Johnson in pregame all too much. A lot of that is okay. He is the given factor in the game. We talk about everybody else, but I think tonight, averaging nearly 30 points a game with the potential of going back-to-back in Mr. Basketball in the state of Ohio, you got to talk about him. Is unicorn the right word to describe him, or do you have something else in mind?
I think for the sake of time, we just say unicorn right now, but there's definitely other words to describe him, but I feel like unicorn definitely describes him well. He's a phenomenal player. That's the only other way to put it. He is one of one. He is Marcus Johnson, and he is going to put on a show for us tonight.
And when you look at Marcus, a lot of his game is his mental fortitude. Obviously, being in the spotlight, committing to Ohio State, decommitting, following his cousin Michi to South Carolina, it caused a lot of buzz in the community. And last week after the game, I asked him flat out, listen, with that in mind, how has your faith helped keep you grounded? And he basically attributed all his success to his faith in that regard. It's a big thing that people really underestimate.
Yeah, it really is. Obviously, when you have that, that sense and other things to believe in, you believe in yourself, but you believe in that higher power, and it's really a great thing. Obviously, SmeeSports, centered around faith and sports at the same time, but
family in the middle.
Yes. Okay, I was getting there with family sandwiched in the middle, but obviously it's a great thing, and you love to see that from such a high caliber player.
You look at it, Sonny and Michi, very faith oriented. I want to talk about another team who was very faith-oriented last year, and that was Cornerstone Christian Academy. Babe Kwasniak, a great head coach. He should be coaching right now. He really should. That's not really what this conversation is about, nor should it be. That's his decision. What happened there, we're not commenting on, of course. But one of his players who then transferred out, Hudson Funk, he has really done a lot with his faith. On his Instagram, I believe it's God's Funky One. Every day, it's a Bible verse. So really, NEO, the revival that we've seen over the past couple of years, it's not just the talent, it's the growth of the faith in the Cleveland area. And to me, that is the pinnacle of all we have seen in the 216, at least in the 2020s.
Yeah, like I just said, it's a phenomenal thing to see, with so many of these, great athletes, very promising futures, and, they all believe in the higher power, and it's great. It's lovely to see, and everyone has that opportunity, and I'm so glad that, they're taking their platform, like you said, and being such talented athletes, getting a following from their peers and still being able to spread the word.
Looking at the next 5 games for both teams, a very tough stretch for each. CCC Bedford, Maple Hoover, Warrensville for Garfield. Fairview, Brush, Olmsted Falls, Iggy, Garfield for Warrensville. 5 games left after this in the regular season, and that's really crazy to say. But which stretch is harder?
I need to see them. I know I just heard it, but then there's a lot going on in my head right now, and I feel like they went right out. I think it's I think it's got to be Garfield Heights. I mean, there's some really tough teams in there, obviously.
Is Hoover the outlier to you?
I think so. I think so.
I really do agree. 1 minute on the clock before intros. We've talked about keys to victory during pregame, but one more time. One key to victory for each team.
Warrensville has got to do their darnest to stop Marcus Johnson. You know, we were talking in pregame, discussing whether keeping him under 30, keeping him under 25 would be a good thing, but you just got to limit him as much as possible. Hasn't scored under 22 a single game this season. Do not expect it tonight. And then for Garfield, you got to win the battle of the bigs, right? It's going to be a tough task, but if you're able to win the battle of the bigs, this one is surely yours to win.
A lot on the line. A family affair, a former LEL matchup, and I think it's fitting that we close out this pregame segment with one of the most popular, now Christian warm-up songs, at least over the past couple of years, being up. I think you look at both teams, they were down in the past, but now they're up. With that in mind, we will toss things downstairs to our in-house PA announcer, who will get us underway with our pregame announcements, the national anthem, and our player introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, and on behalf of the administrators, administrative staff, teachers and faculty, we want to welcome you, each and every one of you here tonight to Bulldog Garfield Heights Gymnasium. Tonight's contest features two dynamic teams and coaches. First, it will be the Warrensville Heights Tigers versus the home team, the Bulldogs of Garfield Heights. Now, both teams are friendly rivals. While the competition may be fierce, all in attendance tonight are expected and required to handle themselves in an absolutely magnificent manner. Now, let me also say that the officials assigned to this game have met the extensive requirements by the Ohio High School Athletic Association. The officials for this evening's game are Mr. Sam McKinney, Mr. Eric Garcia, and Big Mo Greer. Let's give the officials a great big hand. And at this time, if we can take the moment, all rise, as we will hear the Star Spangled Banner. If all gentlemen could also remove any hats and hoods, it would be greatly appreciated. And now, from that dynamic band of Garfield Heights, the Star Spangled Banner. Tonight's contest is extra special. We got a sibling rivalry going on. It's the Family Feud. Introducing our visitors, the Tigers of Warrensville Heights High School. Now first, a 6'1" senior guard wearing number 2, it's Camden Hill. Now next, a 5'10" junior guard wearing number 3, Jalen Billingsley. Now next, a 6'4" junior forward wearing number 4 is Jay Nelly. Now next, a 6'6" senior forward wearing number 5, Jalen Gum. And now last but certainly not least, a 5'10" senior guard wearing number 11, it's Nick Parker. Their head coach is the one and only Meechie Johnson. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's your Bulldogs of Garfield Heights. Coming out first, don't blink, but it's a 5'9" freshman wearing number 2. He's not just quick, it's Javante Swift. Hitting his floor next, that sensational sophomore guard wearing number 4, it's CJ Cornelius Williams. Now next is the 6'5" enforcing junior wearing number 24. It's Antonio Jones. Holding down the middle, it's a 6'7" junior wearing number 35. It's Zacharias Peanut Belcher. And now last and certainly not least, it's the 6'2" senior, Mr. Basketball wearing number 11. It's MJ Johnson. And your head coach for Squeeze, it's Sonny J. Ladies and gentlemen.
I know you had to announce the starting lineups, but do we need to know who the head coaches are? I think we know by now.
You just got to let them know, just in case.
I think the let them know gig is what they do a little up north from here, closer to the lake. But either way, welcome into Garfield Heights High School, as this is the OHSAA on SmeeSports, presented by Ledgewood Barbershop. Might be an hour late. Right now, locally, 7:59. But we are finally ready to go. The tip-off, it is coming. Warrensville in their road dark blues, Garfield in their home white jerseys. I'm excited for this one. A great rivalry so far in the history of brother versus brother. Sonny 4, Meechie 0. A stat that we are going to mention all night. Meechie doesn't care as long as he has a 1 when it's all said and done.
Yeah, and he's trying to make that 1 tonight.
Here we go. It's going to be Belcher versus Gum for the opening tip. And at 7:59, we are ready to go. Warrensville will control the opening tip, and we are ready to go. An exciting matchup as expected. 10-5, 9-5. Garfield with 1 extra win, but both teams equally as hungry. And to begin, Parker slowing things down. That might be the recipe for success today. Slow things down on the road against Garfield. Instead, a corner 3 to get things underway. Off the mark, rebound down low by CJ Williams.
Yeah, good rebound there, but now it's time for Garfield to go to work.
And of course, it starts with Marcus Johnson, and that should be a jump ball. And we'll see if that's the call or not. And they will say, no, it's going to be a foul. And they're going to get Nick Parker. I really don't agree with that one early. But once again, that is the kind of player and the attention that Marcus Johnson will get because of his talent. And we'll see what MJ can do here. Fade away from the elbow, it's good. And Marcus Johnson will open up the scoring tonight as expected. An early lead for the Bulldogs. One offensive possession, 2 points. And here comes Warrensville, tiptoeing the timeline. Parker pickpocketed it. C.J. Williams the other way for the easy 2. What a start for the Bulldogs offense and the defense for that matter.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want, but if you're Warrensville, you got to go down, you got to get a bucket right now.
And Parker once again trying to set the table, and he will draw the foul on C.J. Williams. And I think based on that foul call, that is the kind of game that we are going to see tonight from this officiating crew.
Probably, and I know Sonny does not like it early.
I don't like that one either.
You know.
I feel like there has to be some ground rules, yes, but you also have to let them play to an extent.
This is going to be a physical game, or at least they want to make it a physical game.
I think both sides understand it has to be if they are to win. Hill driving down low. His mid-range is rejected. It's Antonio Jones, the big swat. And here comes Marcus Johnson the other way. MJ drives in the lane, off the window and in. A 6-0 start for the Bulldogs. All that momentum right away in favor of Garfield. Nelmsby, well downtown, it's good. Flunelli is still here.
And he's got to continue to do that all night. Yes, it's a good answer, but at the same time, you got to be able to slow down this offense. 3 possessions, 6 easy points. Well, easy-ish.
For Marcus Johnson,
yes,
anything's easy. Well downtown, Marcus Johnson. Too strong, rebound Parker. And here come the Tigers. Nick Parker swifting behind. Far side, Nelmsby, it's good. Back-to-back trays for Jalen Nelmsby. Nelly on fire with 6, and we are tied up quickly. Just when you thought Garfield was going to run away with it, Flunelli.
Yeah.
He's got 3s on his mind. A more satisfactory ending to that quote. 5:40 left to go in the opening frame. Honors even at 6. Williams taking his time at the logo as expected. The point guard, though, does get on the board in the first half this time, which is a big adjustment for him. And he needs to make adjustments like that all night. At the top, Williams gets open, fakes on the 3, step back, over Gum. Wide right. It's really hard to get your gauge correct there, especially with Gum's height. Nelmsby, another one! Bang! Jaden Nelmsby has taken over all 9 for Warrensville.
And they're not even missing by even an inch. I mean, that's nothing but net barely even moved.
Half of his points from Friday night. Unreal. Williams drives, fakes. Far side Swift, back top for MJ. We go again. Marcus drives, down low. Belcher, it's good. And there's the timeout call by Michi Johnson. He wants to talk things over, and so will we. Jaden Nelmsby, take a bow. Warrensville up by 1 on SmeeSports.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013.
It's obviously a small sample size, but you look at the early matchup between the 3s, Nelmsby and Johnson, it's advantage Nelmsby, which is crazy to say. All 9 for Warrensville, up by 1. What changed for the Tigers as this offense, if they could shoot like this the rest of the night, could easily hit 100?
What changed is they started hitting the ball to Nelmsby, and he hasn't missed yet.
We'll see if that changes here on this possession. Nelmsby now in a double team, getting away from pressure. And he's not going to get open again for a 3, at least for the foreseeable future, most likely. Billingsley at the top, another sharpshooter for Warrensville. Gum at the top, now far side, Nelmsby gets open and fakes. A nice close down by Belcher, and they will reset. But that's what you have to do, draw them into a bad and unfavorable spot and attack from there. Parker goes back top. It's Hill driving, deep midi, in and out, and again. A nice little shot there from Camden Hill. And it's a 3-point lead again for Warrensville. Johnson, beautiful pass. Swift, it's good.
That's what happens. He draws literally all 5 defenders in the paint. You got 4 guys that are open. Hopefully one of them makes it, and that time gets it.
And there's the block for Marcus Johnson over Jalen Gum. What a swat. The transition 3, though, off the mark, and there's the rebound down low for Jalen. But this is the high energy we want to see from both teams. Blow for blow, really. And we'll see if that continues. Nelmsby, is it time for a heat check? Not quite. Parker, 5 side. Now down low, Gum backing in. His right-hander is good. These offenses playing excellently. This might be the best offense that we have seen all season from Meechie Johnson's guys.
Yeah, there was some good action low down there that got Gum free, and by the time he got the ball, no one was on his back. Belcher came a little bit too late and was able to get that nice shot off.
If you're Garfield, you got to find some points here. If you're Warrensville, you're very content so far. 3:10 on the clock, up by 2. Not what you necessarily expected on the road, going down 6-0 from the jump. Johnson in the key. Jones, too strong. Rebound Belcher over Gum, just a bit shy. Tips around, and then a last touch, Jalen Gum. I like it. You're aggressive, but every time it's going to go out on you when it goes down to your feet like that.
Very true.
So 2:57 on the clock in the first, and another inbound play for Garfield down low. In the corner, it's Williams, just a bit shy. Loose in the paint, Hill able to move his hands out of the way. They say last touching Belcher. And I like that move to kind of take the hands away at the last minute, let it go out of bounds, and get back the basketball. That's a simpler way to do it. 2:45 now on the clock in the first. Parker has some space over Swift, plays behind Hill. And Hill will take his time on the far side, gripped from behind Williams, now down low, past Gum, out of bounds, last touching CJ. And I think CJ got away with a heavy foul down there.
Probably. Stumbled a little bit late on the other end, but yeah, like you said, ball able to go out of bounds and probably going to be a reset here for Warrensville Heights.
Does Nelly get it at some point in this possession? That's the big question. It appears the answer is no. Hill down low over Johnson, running out of time. It's blocked out of bounds by Marcus. Once again, good physicality down low. And I think as this game goes on, you're going to quickly find that Garfield Heights, if they allow points in the paint, it's going to be because Warrensville just had a better sequence than them. Not because it's an easy shot. And I would say vice versa too. Hill, far side, picks up Parker, 2:15 on the clock. Nick driving, now top for Gum. Open is Nelmsby, he will drive. Heavy step inside, and the floater is too strong. And an easy rebound for Zachariah Belcher, the senior. Just rose above everybody. And here comes the transition offense of Garfield Heights. Johnson off the screen, getting some space. So far, Marcus Johnson with 4 points. And it'll stay that way, the 3, a little too strong. And Parker the rebound. Right now, the main story, Marcus Johnson struggling from outside the arc.
Yeah, hasn't made one yet, I believe is 0 for 3.
Hill drive, shovel pass down low, off of Gum, and off of Belcher.
Yeah, Gum was trying to move to the same side, and then all of a sudden the underhand pass caught him off guard, but it caught Belcher off guard too as it hit off Gum and then I believe hit off Belcher's foot.
You got to be composed down there. You have to know where the ball is at all times. Obviously, it's tough to keep track of it, but you got to have in the back of your mind, okay, where is the ball generally? If it's low, okay. If it's right at my feet, I got to back out of the way. I can't have this hit off my foot and give my opponent another free possession. It's going to blight one of these teams in the end. Gudu inbound, picks up Nelmsby at the top. Swift still face guarding. 1:40 on the clock. Swift gets the better of him. Gu picks it up. Nelmsby now far wing, trying to find some space. In the corner, it's Hill. Now 90 seconds left to go in the opening frame. Gu gets it back at the wing from Myers. Gu driving inside the paint, kicks it Rayshawn Myers, his homecoming game to Garfield. Myers drives again, now high pass, top for Hill, and it's out of bounds, back to Garfield.
Phenomenal defense played there by Garfield, you know. They're having that bend but don't break mentality. A couple of nice block shots down low, able to get a couple of opportunities for Warrensville Heights, but you know, that great defense on the inside, not allowing any inside passes, and you get the nice turnover.
And a lower scoring affair than I think either of us really anticipated so far.
Especially given the offense in the first couple minutes.
The drive down low, Starling, and he will force the jump ball, and it stays down here. I think they wanted the up and down before the travel. They wanted something there other than what they got.
Correct.
But once again, it's one of those small plays that when we look at this game, especially if this is a 5-point game or less, and say, hey, this is what changed the game in favor of X team. Still too early to say. But Warrensville, they are battling valiantly so far. A lot better than I think a lot of us expected from the jump on the road. But once again, you go to Hoban and you do what you do there. That's big. And here's some animosity immediately, and there is the push. Swift, getting in the way of Gooch, kind of chest bumping him.
Yeah, he got called for the foul there, and then there was a little exchange between Goo and Marcus Johnson. And then, Swift got in the way a little bit, protecting his guy out there.
Surprisingly now, I believe a combined 3 fouls. They have 2 on the board, but I believe there's 3 total.
Correct. I think so.
And we are now in the final minute of the opening quarter. 13-11, that's been the score for a long while now. Both offenses falling on deaf ears. Johnson matched up with Myers. Far side Swift. Now back to the near wing. Garfield, I think they want the last shot. We'll see if they do in the end. Go for it. Johnson in the corner, an open look, and it's airballed. And they'll call it a pass. Swift puts it away, and we're tied.
Yeah, great assist there. I'm sure if you ask him right now, that's exactly what he's going to say he was trying to do.
That was Malik Terry on the shot. And in the end, Javante, right place, right time. We're tied up at 13. He now has 5. Williams at the top. 12 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Myers spinning past Johnson in a double team. Puts it on the ground. MJ picks it up. 3-on-1. Only Nellensby to beat. And there's the foul on Jaden Nellensby, which I would say that's the right choice.
Yes.
You got to make them earn it at the line. And there's some more pushing and shoving down in the paint. And I think Coach Johnson, Coach Beachy Johnson that is, I think he wanted all ball. I think reading his lips, he basically asked how that was a foul. First of 2 for Johnson is good. And for the first time in a long while, Garfield has the lead. Marcus Johnson, 5 points so far. So for his standards, a very slow first quarter. But if he makes this one, still on pace for 24 points. And it's good. So 15-13, here's the change. Johnson subs out for the final 3.8 of the opening frame. And Warrensville, a few seconds to try and tie or take back the lead through 1. Nellensby to inbound. Thought about the handoff. High point pass up the floor, just intercepted. And that's the first quarter. Belcher gets the better of Howard. And that is just an easy play for the Garfield Center.
Yeah, pretty much. Like you said, kind of just tried to throw it up there. And, Belcher just in the right position, right time, and read the pass exactly as he needed to and was able to get up and get it.
Through 1 in Garfield, it is the Bulldogs up 15-13 on SmeeSports.
Homeowners, here's something you'll love. Crown Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing is now offering a free Rooted in Comfort home evaluation. That's right, it's free. Not a sales pitch, real education. We'll walk through your home's mechanical system with you, check indoor air quality, test your water, and answer the questions most homeowners never get clear answers to. All free, all about guidance, not pressure. Give us a call at 330-235-1575. That's 330-235-1575. Rooted in Comfort, honest guidance, real solutions. Crown Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Well, welcome back to Garfield Heights High School. 15-13 your score is the Bulldogs on top of the Tigers. But going back to that strong start for Warrensville Heights, Cam, Jaden Nellensby, he was the key piece, the linchpin of the operation. 9 points, sends the timeout called by Warrensville. I mean, if you look at the way this game has gone, he took over and then he didn't.
Yeah, it definitely slowed him down a lot. I think they're taking a lot more time on their offensive possessions. I mean, probably a little bit of that's done to the Garfield. Credit to the Garfield defense. They're really sticking to them like glue.
And here we are ready to go for the second quarter of action. Warrensville down by 2. Parker off the screen, getting some space, now driving to the wing. It's Hill, and it's good. The 4th 3 of the game for Warrensville Heights, and the first tonight for Camden Hill. It's the Ville back up by 1. And the three-point game, that was strong against Capital, and nearly a big mistake by Malik Terry just off his face. And there's the turnover. Nelsby will pick it up, and here come the Tigers in transition. Parker, coffin corner, gets it back out wide. Nelsby, once again, Hill driving, nearly losing his footing in the end, keeps his composure. Now top, Nelsby, well downtown. Just too strong, his first miss from beyond the arc. And here comes Marcus Johnson looking for his first three of the night. Instead, down low, Belcher, and an easy and one for Zachariah. That's when you got to know, okay, he's going to make it. You got to pull back. And you look at that foul trouble that we talked about in pregame. It has to be the other way around. And we saw it with that Glen Oak game a few weeks ago. The basket's already good. Don't jump on top of him at the end.
Yeah. Yeah, especially when you have a guy with, his height down low. It's not too difficult to put it in the basket.
Obviously a big battle of the bigs, but in the end, I don't know. That one's no good. And I think either way they were going to say no shot because I thought number 5, Starling, left early. In the end, no call, but Warrensville doesn't matter for them. Billingsley, one of the better three-point shooters on this team, still no points tonight. Hill at the top, matched up with Marcus Johnson. Hill driving, finds space on the fadeaway. Too strong, rebound Belcher. Excellent lockdown defense by Marcus Johnson. Here's the offense, and it's shy again. Billingsley picks up the pieces. Marcus Johnson silenced so far. Billingsley in the corner, off-settled three, and it's good.
Off the bank, too.
The bank, I guess, is open for Billingsley. There was no footing or rhyme or reason to that shot. It was just a chuckathon shot that fell at the right time. And that has really been the name of the game for Warrensville Heights. Swift, his three, just a bit shy, rebound Gum. And Warrensville is starting to impose their will. Nellensby driving on the baseline, kicks it for Hill. And it's good! Camden Hill knocks it down. Give him 8. It's a 5-point lead for Warrensville Heights. And immediately, Michi Johnson, he says, settle things down. This is Garfield Heights after all. You got to know whose house you're in. And Sonny Johnson, he wants his guys to make sure that is known. Into the elbow, Johnson. Starling's three. Too strong. Rebounded down low by Swift, and he puts it away. Javante Swift, believe it or not, the leading scorer tonight for the Bulldogs with 7.
And he's doing a phenomenal job on the offensive glass. It's already 4 second-chance points.
Nelsby again. This time too strong. Rebound MJ. Back to a three-point game. Johnson drives on Parker and Nelsby. Wide open Swift. Dynamite. We're tied at 22. Javante Swift now in double figures. The first player to get there tonight. So 22-22. And here comes Warrensville again. Billingsley, deep wing. Williams the defense. 5 on the clock in the first half. Plenty of time for both teams. Nellensby drives, double team, and one! Jaden Nellensby! Give him 11, and give him his flowers.
Yeah, I mean, he has been phenomenal tonight for this team. Really has led their offense and is probably going to need to continue their offense or at least, spark something other else in his teammates.
And here comes some changes for Warrensville Heights. It's going to be Gum along with Parker out of the game. Jackson and Howard in. I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen a set where Howard and Gum were on the floor at the same time. They didn't really do it last year either with him and Chappelle. So, I mean, if you look at it that way, you can't be too surprised. But you would think, okay, if we can impose our will down below, let's get our 2 tallest guys out there and let's let them play their game. And the end one is good for Nellensby. He now has 12 points. Goo now in for Nellensby. But it's Warrensville Heights team. You compare them to the team that played here last month against Lutheran East. Polar opposites. It's not the same team, and it's not even close. 25-22, Garfield trailing by 3. Williams taking his time, now goes top. Anneton plays it into the wing. Terry, high pass, intercepted. Here comes Marlon Jackson, off to the races. And he is denied by the lower rim. A great steal with the basket, not going to follow. And Garfield Heights breathes a heavy sigh of relief. Here comes Johnson, driving, clobbered, and he is fouled. And once again, Michi pleading his case for some clean defense.
That time I think he had a better chance than the time before, but I still agree with the call.
I would have to as well, but Marcus Johnson once again, only 6 points so far. what has been the secret, or is it just his shots are not falling?
His shots just aren't falling. I mean, what, he shot 4 or 5 3-pointers, just can't get anything to go. Can't get that free throw to go either.
Do you take him out of the game soon and let him reset?
Maybe. You might have to.
We'll see what happens. Nobody coming in as of now, and both are no good. A rare over 2 sequence for Marcus Johnson at the line. A 3-point lead for the Ville. And what can they do here? Up by 3, 4:05 on the clock. Hill in the wing, shifting through from the basketball. Too strong. Put back from Howard, not going to be there. Jones the rebound, down to Swift. And now this might be Javante's offense for the time being. We'll see what MJ opts to do. He goes top for Williams. And I think this is where Marcus Johnson's off-ball presence is going to be really his main impact. And there's the interception. Hill read it like a book. And there's the foul on Johnson. And I like the matchup that Warrensville has defensively on MJ. It's probably the best gadget guy in the old LEL in Latrell Koo.
Yeah, I mean, it's exactly what you want. He's got to try and face guard him, stick to him like glue. But like you said, even if he's not making his shots, I get it. glue. Anyways, but even if he's not making his shots, like you said, Marcus Johnson's still a plus piece on the court. He still plays some great defense, and he still draws so much attention.
A lot to talk about here. 3:42 on the clock in the first half. We step aside.
Here at Ledgewood Barbershop, it's the little things that count. From the moment you walk in, we want you to feel at home in a great community. Our barbers know how to serve our customers and make them love their fresh cut. Visit us today at 17100 Royalton Road in Strongsville, just across the street from the mall. Or call us at 440-238-5105. We know that once you stop in, you'll keep coming back. Ledgewood Barbershop, your next haircut awaits.
3:42 left to go in the first half. 25-22 your score. Warrensville Heights on top of Garfield. Cam, what has been this recipe for success for the Tigers?
I just think that they're doing a phenomenal job of, keeping Marcus off the score sheet. He's missed a couple of shots that he probably wants to have made, but yeah, right now they got to keep doing what they're doing and keep hoping Marcus misses.
In a quarter and a half, he has 6 points, and there's the travel from Jackson. Got tripped up trying to drive down low. And I think Sonny Johnson, he just looked over at Michi, smiled and clapped.
Yeah, and I think he's talking to him, but, Michi is focused on his team.
This is the only game that the officials have to know you can't call a tech because the coaches are talking to each other. I would say the only game that happens. No matter what it is, really. Hill tips that one out of bounds. He has been such a great defender today. Of course, 8 points, 2 threes for him. But his passing lane IQ, he knows where the ball is going before it's passed, and that's what you need out of one of your guards. Swift open on the pass, and the 3 is just a bit shy. Goo the rebound in the coffin corner, gets some space, and gets rid of it. Excellent play by Latrell Goo, and here come the Tigers. Hill drives inside, swatted by Williams, and there is Howard with the hook, and an and one for Quayland. Talk about a player stepping up in one of the biggest games of his career. Quayland Howard, he has the height and also has the offensive chops. And a chance to give Warrensville their biggest lead of the night. Already up by 5 in the past, a chance to make it 6. Howard too strong, rebound Nellensby, too strong again, and Howard tried the jam. I don't think Warrensville is afraid of anybody anymore.
No.
And it's free throws for Nellensby. I did not expect to see Howard attempt that. Props to that young man. I give him all the credit in the world. We talk about smoke game, Cam. I mean, that's inviting the smoke. First of 2, good for Nellensby. So now if you're Garfield, I think you're going to put at least one, if not both Belchers on Howard the rest of the night. They can't let him get loose like that again. That one good for Nellensby, completing the pseudo 3-point play. Or actually, 4-point play.
Yeah.
So 29-22. Biggest lead of the night for Warrensville, up by 7. And Garfield needs an answer. Top, Williams. Far side, Johnson. As you said, Cam, 0 for 4 from 3. Johnson at the logo, trying to find some space, driving. His pass into the corner, now gets it back out wide from Swift. And he will reset. Usually that's where he just takes over. We'll see if that changes here. Williams planting heavily. Now far side for Swift. A lot of movement outside the arc for Garfield, trying to find the shot. And there's the block from Howard. Excellent stand-up defense for Warrensville Heights. And here comes the offense. Hill, baseline drive, and there's no foul there. Strong defense again this time for the Bulldogs. And here comes Marcus Johnson, matched up with Hill this time. And I think Gu will flip on. And I like it. More of a man defense, if not a 2-3 zone, which I think is more of what they're doing here, but still it's working for now. Swift drives, nearly losing it. Great composure. Williams on the flip around, tiptoes the baseline, far side three, air ball down to Hill, and he gets gripped from behind by Jones. No foul called. 1:45 on the clock. Here comes Warrensville Heights once again, trying to set up their offense. Nelsby, far side, deep wing, finding space on the drive, fouled, not quite. And I believe it's going to be called late before Howard's shot, so that should be Jaden Nelsby at the line.
And it will be. That's the right call there, too.
I'm surprised they waited so long to officially call it.
Exactly. I mean, they waited until pretty much the second Howard shot it, but they do eventually call it.
So Garfield backs against the wall in a way that is really unprecedented in their own house in a non-tournament setting. First of two good for Nelsby. So far this year, Garfield is 5-1 at home. Of course, one of those games a forfeit from Shaw. But of those losses, the only loss at home was Lutheran East, which was play-by-play classic, initially a game against Reynoldsburg. So in non-tournament play, undefeated at home. And as well, in non-tournament play, they're undefeated. And both are good. I would call the tournament one against St. V's that, as it was a Nike Classic. In non-tournament play, they're undefeated, which really says a lot about this team. But 31-22, Warrensville testing the Bulldogs' resolve here. Johnson, far side, CJ Williams, deep wing. And CJ is calling a couple of friends over. An immediate double team. Howard the pressure. Far side three for Garfield. Once again shy. Rebound Hill. Garfield so far 2 threes, both from Swift. Now down low. Howard out of bounds. And last touching Belcher. Really only 2 threes is kind of surprising for Garfield. As for Warrensville, they have 6. They have been strong from outside the arc all season, especially here.
Yeah, and they need to continue to do that tonight if they want to continue to try and pull away or at least keep this lead.
Nelsby in the corner, already a few threes to his name. He had the first 9 points, all from threes in this one. Final minute of the first half. Nelsby driving again. And no foul. Michi wanted it. They won't get it in the end. And Garfield gets a big stop. Here comes Marcus Johnson. The floater is good. And that is Marcus's first basket of the second quarter.
Wow.
He now has 8. So a 7-point lead. Warrensville slowing things down. But there's the immediate double team. I think Swift is going to be very active in the next 30 seconds, especially on the defensive end. Gum taking his time. Nobody applying pressure. And kind of surprised to see Belcher out this far. The paint right now is wide open. You got to find a way to capitalize. 15 seconds left to go in the first half. Far side for Hill. Behind Nick Parker. Now back to Gum. 10 seconds on the clock. Gum, he will drive. He gets shoved. And there is the foul. It's free throws. And I think Warrensville wanted that one to play out a little bit longer. No way of knowing that if there was actual pressure, Nelsby would have dropped that one in.
Correct.
Well, to be fair, he's been really solid today.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
maybe. But then again, in this second quarter, he has not made a 3. I think he's 0 for 2. But here come the free throws for Jalen Gum. His first is good. Gum now with 3. And here comes some changes for Garfield. But an 8-point lead for Warrensville Heights. Even if Garfield cuts it to 5 at the half.
Okay, now I was going to say Garfield had 4. Now they have 5.
Even if they cut it to 5 at the half with a 3 here, that's still really impressive from Warrensville Heights. Once again, uncharted waters for Garfield Heights. How do they answer? Howard deep in his own defensive paint, and that's the right call. So here comes the second one from Gump. And it's also good. He now has 4. Back to a 9-point game. 5 seconds left to go. Swift over the timeline for Williams. Now Johnson at the buzzer. Airball, and that's half. Warrensville Heights has shut down Marcus Johnson at the break, 33-24. And the Tigers are 16 minutes away from maybe the biggest upset in NEO this year.
Yeah, I mean, they have really outplayed them this half. They've been very phenomenal. Marcus Johnson definitely been off on a couple of his shots, especially from 3-ball. Hasn't made one today. I'm sure he's going to be practicing them out when he comes out for a halftime.
So what went wrong in that first half for Garfield? Obviously, I want to talk about Warrensville Heights, but the main focus right now, Garfield backs against the wall, kind of like that.
So many missed shots, so many missed threes. I mean, they had the opportunity, right? You want to match Nellumsby when he gets those 9 straight points off from 3. You know, you're trying to steal the energy back, steal the momentum, but they just kept missing on the other end. Warrensville was just taking some really plus shots, down in the paint. A little difficult, but, still some very plus shots. They were open, had a couple of mismatches down low, and that's exactly what you want to see if you're Warrensville Heights.
Breaking down the first half scoring, Camden Hill had 8, Billingsley had 3, Nellumsby a strong outing, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16. Once again, Flu Nelly had 18 on Friday. He has 16 so far, leading the way for both teams. Gum had 4, Howard had 2, and as well a loud missed dunk that was, of course, after the fact. But he wanted that kind of play. As for Garfield, Zachariah Belcher has 2, same with Zakarian. Swift leads the way with 10. Williams has 2. And Marcus Johnson, he has 8 so far. An interesting first half here at Garfield Heights High School, as it is Warrensville Heights up 33-24 on the Dogs. You are watching the OHSAA on SmeeSports, presented by Ledgewood Barbershop.
Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Here at Ledgewood Barbershop, it's the little things that count. From the moment you walk in, we want you to feel at home in a great community. Our barbers know how to serve our customers and make them love their fresh cut. Visit us today at 17100 Royalton Road in Strongsville, just across the street from the mall. Or call us at 440-238-5105. We know that once you stop in, you'll keep coming back. Ledgewood Barbershop, your next haircut awaits. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring. Homeowners, here's something you'll love. Crown Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing is now offering a free Rooted in Comfort home evaluation. That's right, it's free. Not a sales pitch, real education. We'll walk through your home's mechanical system with you, check indoor air quality, test your water, and answer the questions most homeowners never get clear answers to. All free, all about guidance, not pressure. Give us a call at 330-235-1575. That's 330-235-1575. Rooted in Comfort, honest guidance, real solutions. Crown Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Before we get back to the action, if you or someone you know is a business owner looking to sponsor a broadcast in the Cleveland or Stark County area, contact me at one of those avenues on your screen, and I would love to work out a deal with you to promote the best of your business and your brand. Thank you to all of our advertisers who made tonight's telecast possible here at Garfield Heights High School. At the break, 33-20 for your score. Once again, I am Nathan Smee. Alongside me tonight, Cameron Gazzo, as you are watching the OHSAA presented by Ledgewood Barbershop. It's Warrensville by 9. I'm kind of surprised to see this, but what has gone into it and what needs to continue in the final two frames for Warrensville to finally knock off Garfield Heights?
Well, I think a big thing in that is Marcus Johnson has not been on tonight, and if you're Garfield, he's got 2 quarters to figure it out, and he's got to figure it out quickly. But if you're Warrensville Heights, you hope he stays like that. You're playing some great defense on him. You got to keep doing that. You got to keep making those big shots. You got to keep throwing those haymakers. Obviously, Nelmsey coming out, making 9 straight points, all from threes. Exactly what you want to see. You got to set the tone early. They did so in the first half. You got to set the tone coming out of halftime. Who had the better halftime speech? Who impacted their players more? We're going to see here probably in the first 2 minutes.
If this result holds, what do you think this means to Michi Johnson?
It means everything. I mean, first win over his brother. I mean, huge stepping stone for this year for Garfield. I mean, it's tough, right? You're taking a step in the wrong direction. Obviously, you're playing against a rival, but 2 back-to-back tough losses. It's definitely going to take some rethinking, but they got 16 minutes to try and come back in this one, and I'm sure they're going to do everything that they can.
Final thing, magic number.
65.
This could be a first to 50 wins it, but you got to score 65 to win. We'll see what happens here. Second half underway. It is Garfield basketball, as it will be for the fourth quarter as well, which is key. Possessions are going to matter from here on out. But unless Marcus gets going, Garfield Heights, they have to rely on somebody else, most likely their freshman sensation, Javante Swift. Williams spinning inside, getting space over Nelmsby, and the mid-range is good. Or maybe another takeover half for Cornelius Williams. That also works. And now our first look at the offense of Warrensville Heights in the second half. Gum at the top, hands it off behind Hill, driving. His floater is just a bit shy, and it's Johnson the rebound. Garfield Heights back on track, and here they come again. Williams back out wide for MJ. Marcus trying to find some space to facilitate this offense. Williams drives down low, kicks out again. It's Swift pumping at the top, drives over Parker, and it's a charge. Nicely worn by the Lutheran West transfer from 2 years ago.
And Coach Sonny Johnson not happy with that at all.
Nick Parker was a statue. That's the way I saw it, at least.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of the player that he is, of course, 2 years under Michi, but Jay Duke at Lutheran West. He emphasized physicality, especially with the Minor Twins.
Yeah, I mean, you'll have to see it. You know, you take one pretty much right in the chest.
And here comes the offense once again. Fell on deaf ears on their first time around in this half. Gum trying to find some space, slipping inside against Belcher. Excellent composure. And the composure comes from the treble.
Yeah. Excellent composure until you started talking. And then he took another step.
But for a player that big, he has excellent body control.
Yeah, excellent handles as well. I mean, typically it's not something you see out of the big men.
Really surprised to see it, but still a testament to his training and a testament to his resolve. Down low, Belcher, Nelsby getting friendly, and the block is no good. And same with the shot, but there's the putback. He tried the block, and for a second it worked because he missed the dunk.
That was strange, but at least for Belcher's sake, he got the ball back and able to still get his two.
Zachariah now with 4. Hill to the corner. Nelsby in and out. And there is a clear off-ball foul down low. And I think Marcus may have gotten hit in the face too. And there's a tech on somebody. I think it's on Warrensville. We'll see how they address this one.
I think Marcus did get hit in the face because he's holding his nose.
Or is it his eye?
Or that.
It's going to be on Camden Hill. So shouldn't that be flipped? But then again, there's a foul, so it's Warrensville ball? I'm confused as to how they are assessing this. Am I just missing something here?
I do not know.
And Hill's still in the game, too.
Yeah.
I get the possession issue with it being Warrensville ball because of the foul before it. And the foul is going to be on Marcus. So now I think this official who's coming over, which is not on our screen, I think that is the one that is going to say something different. Very interesting. Any insight here?
I have no idea. I have zero idea. But they say they give him the go-ahead.
Is it basically just offsetting penalties? Could be. Billingsley off the inbound. Rolls around, no good. And Garfield gets it back in the end. 2 very good looks from beyond the arc. Both roll around and fall away. Bulldogs down by 5. Their chance to cut it to a one-possession game again. Williams to the wing. Swift backs out for CJ. 5:55 on the clock in the third. Marcus, top for Williams, to the corner, Starling. Down low, Swift. Nelmsby, clean block. And it's out of bounds, last touching Nelmsby. But yet again, strong defense.
Yeah, but you got to wonder, I mean, why go up for that shot? Obviously, you're the shorter guy in there. Toss it over to Antonio and get him up for the easy 2.
Wide open look. Starling's 3. It's too strong. Rebound down low for Jones, and they reset. Marcus Johnson's 3. Again shy. MJ the rebound. Drives, and an and one. Marcus Johnson opens up the bank in a big way, and it's a 3-point game.
So he is still here. Still not from beyond the arc, but I mean, that was a tough finish on the inside, through contact, able to get it to go.
He is just not putting enough behind his shot, I think, outside the arc, and he's afraid to over-adjust. That's what I would say so far. And the N1 shot is good.
So technically a made three, if you want to call it that.
And if you're Warrensville Heights, you got to find some offense here. A strong end of that first half, but the offense, it has fallen away in a big way. Nelsby in the corner, thought about it now, trying to find some space. He drives inside, and he is fouled on the shot. Foul number 4 on Garfield Heights in the opening 3 minutes of the second half. And this is what we expected from this game from start to finish. A lot of physicality now being addressed, I would say, a lot more closely.
Yeah, and I would say that's the only saving grace as to why they haven't scored. Now they have. But, yeah, a quiet 2.5 minutes there. I mean, no points. Finally able to get one from the charity stripe. Let's see if they can get 2. But, yeah, good defense from Garfield. You know, a little bit physical, but Warrensville Heights has had open looks, right? The 2-3 balls in and out. I mean, it's just a little bit unlucky.
And Nelsby's second is good. So back to a 2-possession game, and that's the key. Keep Garfield at an arm's length. Keep them far away. But if you're Garfield right now, just find something demoralizing. Swift, his 3, not going to be there. And Jones, that should be a foul on him.
I might call that one on gum, though.
There was a big jersey tug, I will say that. But I thought that was going to be a clear over the back. Tough one in the end, assessed on gum. And yet another foul. Johnson, blocked from behind, and there's the foul again. We'll see who that one's on. And it's Goo's foul. Was he behind or in front?
He was behind.
That was the clean part of it, in my opinion.
I know.
So maybe just a wrong number. Could be. First of 2, good for Johnson. But I'm very surprised to see that be the call. Both are good for Johnson. Less than 3 minutes into the second half. Both teams have no more fouls to give. And it's a 2-point game, 35-33. Jackson on Gum's screen, down low, beautiful give and go. There's the Euro. The bank won't open. Rebound Jones. Garfield trying to tie it up or take the lead. It's top. Marcus Johnson, step back 3 for the lead. It's good! Marcus Johnson knocks it down. His first 3 of the night. This is the Garfield that NEO has grown accustomed to.
I think he's back. I think all it took was that tough and 1 finish, and he kind of recalibrated himself.
Nelsby driving. Just too strong on the attempt. Gum tried poking it away. Jones the rebound. And here comes Marcus once again. It's MJ. Getting space on Jackson. Nearly losing it. Wide open. CJ Williams. It's good. This time from the corner. Cornelius knocks it down. Give him 7. And it's Garfield up by 4 just like that. A 13-point swing in the opening 4 minutes of the second half. Jackson thought about it. Goo down low for Gum and swatted away. That should be a goaltend, but they say no. Johnson, Euro. And they're going to call that a foul. How? First of all, on the one end, that was a goaltend.
And they have the score wrong, too.
Just awful. In a big game like this, too. That was a clear goaltend.
How did they have the score wrong? They just didn't count the 3.
I think Sonny wants something there, too. First of 2 is good for MJ. We got to have some answers here.
They didn't even give him the free throw.
That should have been, though, a goal time. I don't know how it was.
100%.
And I thought a jump ball on that block. Both good for Marcus. So up here we have 41-35. So a 6-point game, and I think here come the points.
No.
We'll see if it is assessed later or not. Myers finding some space, goes top. Billingsley. Really surprised now. We'll see if it is eventually assessed or not. Myers gets open on the movement. Excellent all the way around from Warrensville on this possession. Now can they find some more space? Luttrell driving, finds the space, bodies his way through, no good. And an off-ball foul on Jalen Gum.
Are they not going to give him the 3 though?
Welcome back to Friday, Cam. I'm so confused. It's 41-35. Where's the 3? You got to go to the book here. You got to go to the book at some point. Also, the clock was apparently not started at the right point. So right now, if they go back and say the clock didn't start, you have to erase that whole sequence, I think. So it's an official's timeout to talk things over, which they have to here. You can't get this one wrong. Looking at the rest of our schedule this week, tomorrow, weather permitting, it is going to be Minerva and Alliance boys basketball, 7 p.m. tip at Minerva, followed by a Saturday afternoon game at 12:45, Marlington and Canton Central. And starting off next week on Monday, it is Marlington and Lake girls basketball, new time of 6 p.m. So some good games coming up in the next week. And then beyond that, maybe a game Wednesday. Thursday is going to be Minerva Carrollton wrestling. 6:30 the girls start, varsity for the boys to follow. Next Friday, we're back at Padua. Padua Holy Name girls basketball. Some big games coming up. Not too many men's games left. We, of course, have that big doubleheader in a few weeks. It's going to be Padua Holy Name at Padua. You have that one. And then the rest of us down in Stark County have Alliance Canfield. And I think after all that, the three-pointer is not going to count. Did they erase the bucket? I mean, clearly, we have the proof here that it was a 3 that counted.
I'm so confused.
And both have 5 fouls.
I think Sonny has every right to be upset.
You got to add that basket. And the clock didn't run as well, correct? So is this play out of time?
Do we need to check? The officials, they can come check the replay if they want, like this.
And I think Warrensville, because the clock didn't start, they wanted to come back down here. I think both sides of this family feud have finally united. And I think it's against the scorer's table. I did not have that on the bingo card. So whose 3 are we taking away? First of 2 is good.
I don't think they ever added CJ's 3.
We'll see if that one comes on or not.
I don't think it is.
We have 42-35. It should be 43-35. What are we doing?
They didn't. I'm so confused.
Our clock is right. 43-35 is the score. It's an 8-point game. They have 40-35. Jackson in the wing. Goes back top for Myers. And now we have music during the game. Myers trying to find some space. And he will slip. Goo gets a piece. Keeps it alive at the top. And they are somehow still not putting that 3 on the board. Myers drives down low, and it's good.
And the foul.
And an and one against his old school. I'll tell you what, if Warrensville is in session tomorrow, that's one that he is going to enjoy telling over and over again. Do we just take the 3 off our scoreboard now? They haven't even put, okay. They have discounted the 3, it looks like, for CJ. Apparently it's 40-37. And it'll stay that way as the N1 is no good. We'll talk about that later at this point. I don't get it. Maybe at some point you'll add the points back. We'll see. But that is an awful mistake for now. Johnson, his mid-range is good. And there's the N1. But that 3 could really matter at the end of this game.
Yeah, exactly.
There's got to be an official explanation for why the 3 was taken off the board. And on our end, I don't have any explanation. But a chance to either way make it 43-37, I guess. And Johnson's and one is good. So back to a 6-point game when it should be 9. I guess we play from here, 43-37. Nellensby at the top with Johnson right there. Loose ball. Jackson picks it up. Excellent composure for the freshman, and they will say he traveled. And now my question is, did he even have possession to travel? Cam, what do you think there?
I don't think so. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot going on with the officials, the scores, tables. I don't think that three's ever going to count.
I think a lot has gone wrong in that regard in this half. Wide open look for Starling. No good. Nellensby's on the ground. He is out, it looks like. Myers goes the other way and banks it in. You got to stop for Nellensby. I'm sorry, a player goes down and grabs his back. How do you continue?
Yeah.
He is in a lot of pain. We step aside. 43-39 your score on SmeeSports.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013.
Nellensby is okay. He has walked off on his own power. That's what we're focusing on, Cam. But so much in this game has gone off the rails in this third quarter. And it's not the players.
No, it's not even the stuff on the court.
We'll have to look back at the footage. There has to be something we're missing. Williams, no foul called yet, and nearly a travel.
I thought that was.
We'll see how this one does eventually end. But right now it's Garfield by 4. And Williams, he goes down. It's out of bounds. Last touching Garfield. And now I thought that should have been a foul. Cam, I mean, where do we stand outside of the twilight zone?
I don't know.
And to all 444 watching right now, if we're missing something, please let us know. And there's the foul, so it should be free throws for Goo. I mean, we could be missing something. We easily could be. That could explain all of this. I think, Cam, you agree there's something that we're missing.
I think maybe. I'm so confused on how you just take off a three-pointer.
That I don't get still. But here comes some free throws for Latrell Goo. 1:58 on the clock in the third. And his first is too strong. If this game does find overtime, or if Warrensville is to win by anything less than 3, you got to look into it. Goose seconds. Also no good. Johnson the rebound. So both no good for Warrensville Heights. Stays a 4-point game. Williams far side, wide open. That three is good, no doubts.
And they counted it. There we go.
So now he should have 10, but they say 7. We'll see if eventually, though, that one is added on. We'll explain it more in a minute for those who haven't been with us the whole entire night. There's the interception. Marcus Johnson, coast to coast, and it's no good. And there's the foul on Warrensville Heights. It has been a foul parade in this third quarter. Both sides getting very aggressive. But going back to it, in the third quarter at some point, C.J. Williams knocks down a 3, but the scorer's table does not account to him. And then from there, play continues. The clock doesn't run. And there's a foul called on Garfield that then gets flipped to Warrensville. Brought down to the other end, where I believe Garfield scores. And once again, that's out of the frame of time, Cam. And I think that's where we stand now. 46-39. When I would say it should be 49-39.
I'm watching it back, right? Marcus makes the 3 to make it 36-35. Then they make the 2, 37-35. And then Warrensville Heights goes empty. They make another 3, and they just never added it.
And there's going to be a technical foul on that attempt. I think because he went low on Marcus. So it's going to be free throws for Marcus Johnson. Marcus's first is good. And now I believe one official has been called back to the scorer's table. That one good as well. So both should be good for Marcus, and there it is. And possession as well. That is a big T. The second one today on Warrensville as well. If you're the Tigers, only 8 points so far in the third quarter. You got to find somewhere else to make a big improvement. Garfield, they have 24 so far, and they're not done. Johnson top, getting space on Myers, who just had a T with his defense against him. It's former Bulldog versus a current Bulldog, and no foul called in that drive. Jones down low, hooks it in though. Biggest lead of the night for Garfield, up by 11. So that time they let him play. A lot of confusion all the way around. 1:05 on the clock in the third. Billingsley thought about that step back three. This time fires, can't connect, and Johnson will box out. And Goo, he runs into a fan. And I think the fan is having a lot of fun with the gamesmanship. I respect it.
Yeah.
It is a rivalry after all. But 50-39, what a third quarter for the Garfield Heights Bulldogs offense.
It really has been. It really has been a whole host of people, getting on the score sheet. That's exactly what you want. Marcus Johnson finally coming out and making his impact really known here in the third.
Williams nearly walking with that one again. Has to be careful with his feet from here on out. 40 seconds left to go in the third. Johnson well downtown is shy, and it's Nell must be the rebound. You got to find some threes. You got to find it from somewhere. Maybe number 4. In the wing, it's Hill. Hill just shy and thrown out of bounds by Garfield. And some words, CJ Williams talking to Jalen Gum. A small height discrepancy in that argument.
Yeah.
That one I would not pick a fight with, not at all. It'll be good to inbound here for Warrensville Heights. Gum takes it on the pass. 25 on the clock in the third. Gum tripped up, no foul called. Rebound Garfield. And now Johnson, he comes up lame on that one. It's his right leg. He hobbles up the floor, somehow clears the timeline, and now goes ISO. 10 seconds on the clock in the third. What can MJ concoct? To the wing, Swift, deep three, too strong. And there's the over-the-back foul on Garfield. That time called on Jones. And we will see if they call it free throws or not, because it is a foul. And I think they will.
Should be, yeah.
That's one. If you are the Bulldogs, you have to let go. And Michi, he's pleading his case again on the other end, which, once again, I'm kind of surprised wasn't called a foul. I would say, Cam, a very fun game so far. That is beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Absolutely.
But a weird game at the same time.
Yeah.
So 2 free throws here for Jalen Gum. His first is no good. You got to connect here. And, of course, now you bring on some of your bigs. It's going to be Zakarian Belcher and Jones down low for Garfield. Make this one 10-point game. Manageable through 3. You got to hit it. Gum, too strong. At the buzzer, no putback chance. And that'll do it for the third quarter. Garfield, a massive swing. Down 33-24 at the break, puts up 26 and takes a commanding 11-point lead as you are watching the OHSAA on SmeeSports, presented by Ledgeville Barbershop.
Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Here at Ledgewood Barbershop, it's the little things that count. From the moment you walk in, we want you to feel at home in a great community. Our barbers know how to serve our customers and make them love their fresh cut. Visit us today at 17100 Royalton Road in Strongsville, just across the street from the mall. or call us at 440-238-5105. We know that once you stop in, you'll keep coming back. Ledgewood Barbershop, your next haircut awaits.
Welcome back to Garfield Heights High School. 8 minutes left to go in regulation, Cam. 50-39 your score as you are watching the OHSAA presented by Ledgewood Barbershop. A massive swing in that third quarter. No other way around it. Garfield scores 26. Warrensville only 6.
Yeah, can't have it. Can't have it, and it's going to be a tough task for Warrensville to come back here, especially in this harsh environment.
It is loud here. It always is. As Sonny Johnson likes to say, the show is on Turney Road, and he has been proven correct again tonight. 8 minutes left to go in regulation, and here we are once again back to the action. High pass and swift. It's out of bounds. So just like that, back to Warrensville. That's exactly the start the Tigers need. They're down but not out.
Yeah, but they got to make some big shots, preferably a couple threes.
And a lot of that, I think, has to start from a player like Nelmsby. Could also start from a player who played a lot last year like Gio Hester, who's in the game now. Parker at the top trying to find some space. Nick driving, gets his space, and banks it in. Back to a 9-point game. And here comes the defense again. I think a lot of physicality here in this fourth quarter, Cam. The question is it going to be warranted or too much? Williams drives, and it's swatted out of bounds. And it's off of one of the cheerleaders for Warrensville Heights. Glad to see she's okay, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course, you're right there on the baseline, right in harm's way, but you know what? They're putting on a great show tonight. Same with Garfield Heights. No look pass. Starling takes it in the corner, and he resets with Marcus Johnson. A little gamesmanship from the Bulldogs. 7:15 on the clock in regulation. Johnson getting space on Myers, and they're going to call a blocking foul on Ray Sean. And if you're Marcus, I feel like that was a head-hunted attempt. You knew exactly who you wanted to go on. You knew exactly from the time you got the ball who you zeroed in and locked in.
Yeah.
And there it is. Now CJ to inbound, down low, Jones, and it's good. A strong finish in transition, or rather in traffic. And here comes the transition offense of Warrensville, now down by 11 once again. Hill thought about the three, instead takes it top. Loose from behind. Johnson, no foul called, and he will jam it in the other way. Marcus Johnson takes flight. Biggest lead of the night, 13 for Garfield. And they needed that one. Now Warrensville, even more so, needs an answer. Parker spinning on Williams, and the bank will open. Nick Parker, all 4 of his points have come in the last 90 seconds. A lot of extra physicality, though, being allowed for the Bulldog defense. Johnson trying to find some space on Nelmsby. 6:25 left to go in regulation. And nearly a pickup of that pivot foot from MJ. A lot of near travel tonight from Garfield. Williams, deep wing, trying to find some space. Nearly picked away. Excellent composure. He goes down. No foul called. And last touch by Warrensville. And now I didn't see that one.
I thought that was a foul, and I thought that went off Garfield.
Everything flipped. And a full timeout call by Coach Johnson. He wants to recalibrate and talk things over. 6:07 left to go in regulation. We step aside from Garfield Heights High School.
Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring. Homeowners, here's something you'll love. Crown Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing is now offering a free Rooted in Comfort home evaluation. That's right, it's free. Not a sales pitch, real education. We'll walk through your home's mechanical system with you, check indoor air quality, test your water, and answer the questions most homeowners never get clear answers to. All free, all about guidance, not pressure. Give us a call at 330-235-1575. That's 330-235-1575. Rooted in comfort, honest guidance, real solutions. Crown Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Welcome back to Garfield Heights High School. 6:07 on the clock in regulation. Garfield up 54-43 on Warrensville Heights. So far, Marcus Johnson, a big story. A slow first half, but a strong second.
Yeah, and
that three is good.
I was going to wait for it. Yeah, that one perfect and on point.
So Javante Swift, his third three of the game. He now has 13. A strong outing from him. Hester drives, and the bank won't open. Biggest lead of the night. Garfield up by 14, but they're not done. They want more. Top, Swift, his three. Just a bit shy. Williams fights for the rebound, can't pick it up in the end. Hill in transition, runs it up for the Tigers. No good on the first attempt, and there is the foul. Hester draws the contact, and he will have free throws. And Javante Swift, he will have to readjust something. And now I think it is an injury to that knee. Oh no. Didn't look good there, and now people are coming out to him. He's going to be helped off. It's something with that right knee. You saw that band get adjusted there moments ago. And he will hobble off. He can't put any pressure on it. So best wishes to him, of course. Hopefully he comes back in the game, but obviously not a pretty sight. So 2 free throws here for Gio Hester. Hester's first is way too strong. And you can kind of see the way that he shoots. And a lot of these Tigers shoot. It's a line drive, making a beeline to the back iron. You're not going to get the bounce that way anytime. You got to go with that more arced approach. Otherwise, a lot of these are just going to rim out. And that one's too shy. A lot of missed free throws in the second half, really killing Warrensville. In the first half, they were making all of them. Second half, different story. Johnson, his midi is good. Marcus Johnson just automatic from anywhere on the floor. Now a 16-point lead for Garfield Heights. Myers deep wing, 5:05 on the clock. Runs into his own teammate. Hester takes it top. He will slip. Loose ball. Hester tries poking it away. He gets pushed to the ground by Jones. No foul. Williams wide open, banks it in. And here's the timeout for Michi Johnson. 9 points now for C.J. Williams as Garfield Heights has taken over. A full timeout is called. 4:52 left to go in regulation. It's the Bulldogs sprinting to their 11th win on the year.
Here at Ledgewood Barbershop, it's the little things that count. From the moment you walk in, we want you to feel at home in a great community. Our barbers know how to serve our customers and make them love their fresh cut. Visit us today at 17100 Royalton Road in Strongsville, just across the street from the mall. Or call us at 440-238-5105. We know that once you stop in, you'll keep coming back. Ledgewood Barbershop, your next haircut awaits. Homeowners, here's something you'll love. Crown Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing is now offering a free Rooted in Comfort home evaluation. That's right, it's free. Not a sales pitch, real education. We'll walk through your home's mechanical system with you, check indoor air quality, test your water, and answer the questions most homeowners never get clear answers to. All free, all about guidance, not pressure. Give us a call at 330-235-1575. That's 330-235-1575. Rooted in comfort, honest guidance, real solutions. Crown Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
4:52 on the clock in regulation. 61-43 your score. Garfield Heights all over Warrensville. If you're the Tigers camp, it's go time.
Yeah, you got to go now. Got to make a big basket here in a big way.
Somebody has to step up. Hill driving far side, gets space and banks it in. Exactly what you need to get started. He now has 10. And an immediate trap easily beaten by the Bulldogs. Johnson intercepted. It's Rayshawn Myers saying thank you and taking it the other way. Down low, Latrell Goo, far side. Marlon Jackson wide open. He's got it. A quick 5 for Warrensville Heights, back within 13 now. Williams on the inbound, nearly coffin cornered. And here he comes. Jackson the interception. Here comes Warrensville the other way again. It's 3-on-1. Goo, he is blocked. Loose ball picked up. There's the whistle, and it stays with the Tigers. Whatever Michi said, he has them fired up.
Yeah, they got to keep it going, though. I'd say you probably need a big 3 here. You cut it to 10. And you got to keep playing that great defense.
Still a manageable game. And no Nelsby or Billingsley on the floor as things stand. That might change soon. Hill drives in the lane. No good. Can't draw the contact quick enough. And Johnson gets the rebound. Goose, strong defense, and now there's the foul. And some extracurriculars there, I believe, between Hill and Johnson. And some words between Johnson and Johnson, Marcus and Sonny.
A family company.
Everything is Johnson.
Yeah, but
not sponsored. But that was a big possession for Warrensville. Still, you get those quick points in transition. That makes this manageable once again, if you play your cards right. And it'll be Goo again on Marcus, nearly going back over the timeline. Down low, intercepted. It's Marlon Jackson, the freshman. He's making a world of difference for the Tigers. And his well downtown 3, just a bit shy. That's when you gotta set up.
Yeah.
I like the idea, but you gotta be more composed there. Now 3:35 on the clock, running out of time. Wayward pass nearly out of bounds. And Garfield, they will try and work out of it. And there's the timeout called by Sonny Johnson. And that'll allow Nellumsby to sub back in.
Yes, CJ's trying to get the no-look passes, and he's thrown a couple of them away. That one he almost threw away. Able to stay in bounds and wisely saving the timeouts for the end, and that's definitely a time that you need a timeout there.
So looking at the next 5 games for both teams, for Warrensville, you host Fairview on Tuesday, then go to Brush on Sunday, I believe for the rescheduled Chet Mason Invitational, followed by a game at Olmsted Falls on the 10th, adding Ignatius on the 13th, before hosting Garfield on 2/20. As for the Bulldogs, Saturday, a big night at Cleveland Central, followed by a game at Bedford next Friday. You host Maple in 2 Thursdays from now, a game that I don't think we're doing, but we could flex into potentially. Could be on the docket. At Hoover on the 17th, and then at Warrensville on the 20th before, of course, I would say you go home for at least 1 or 2 playoff games.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's exactly what you want.
So back to the action after the timeout. 2 still left for Sonny, 3 for Michi. Johnson immediately trapped on the inbound. There's a nice job to pick up CJ. And here comes the offense. Starling back top for Marcus. And this might be keep away with 3:20 on the clock. MJ slipping inside, clobbered, no shot, and it's on the foul. On the floor. I'm kind of surprised, though, they didn't say he walked before that. There's been a lot of that iffiness today. I feel like that one's more clear-cut that it's maybe not, but still. I feel like that's kind of what they've been calling on Warrensville. So now is this just fouling time for Warrensville to try and get the ball back? We'll see. Johnson, coffin cornered, goes back top for Jones. 3:10 on the clock in regulation. Garfield slowing things down a lot. Nelsby, he misses. Jones can't get it to go. And a clear over-the-back foul on Garfield. So once again, back to the Tigers. And if you're Warrensville, once again, you got to find that 3. You got to find that and 1. And if you're Garfield Heights, Javante Swift not in the game, most likely not coming back in. And again, no King Young.
Yeah, definitely not ideal for them, but they got to try and do what they can, play some great defense, and then on offense, you got to try and drill clock, play a little bit of keep away, and try and end up with the best shot possible.
180 seconds on the clock in regulation. Far side, Myers. Back out wide, Jackson for Nelsby. Well downtown. It's shy. Rebound, Goo. Down low, Myers makes Johnson miss, and there's the and 1. Exactly what the doctor ordered for Warrensville Heights. Myers now has 6.
It's exactly what he wanted, too. Obviously, knows Johnson's on his back, gets him in the air, and then able to initiate the contact, go up and finish through it, and now gets an opportunity for that three-point play.
That has been a fun back-and-forth affair to watch today. Myers with the and 1. Rolls around, no good. And there's the rebound down low. It's Jones. So Rayshawn Myers 0 for 2 from the charity stripe. Up the floor, Williams trying to find some space. Up by 11. You got to slow it down. Nearly over the timeline. Now it is. Nelsby picks it up. Only Johnson to beat, and he does. make it a 9-point game. And now they're letting him play a little bit more as the clock continues to run. 2.5 left to go. High pass, CJ Williams able to pick it up this time. And I think Garfield has to be more particular with those passes. And they are. Wide open three. Rolls around, no good. Rebound Jones. That's the height coming in clutch. And the two won't follow. Rebound Nelmsby. Hold on a minute. Jaden, no look pass. Hill's three. No good. Do the rebound. Another chance. Hill down low. Heavy pump. And there's the contact and the foul. 1:58 left to go. You got to start hitting your free throws if you are Warrensville Heights.
Yeah, they've missed a lot. They've missed a lot, and I'm sure if they wish they could go back and make them. But, yeah, you have to make them now. 2 minutes left. This is your time.
First of two's too strong, and once again, it's that line drive every time. You can't line drive that. You got to find a way to get a cleaner arc on your shot. Maybe make this one, maybe try to fight for that rebound. Down by 9, you need something of a plan, and there it is, it's good. Hill knocks that one down. So back to an 8-point game. Williams, coffin corner, nowhere to go, and he has to call time. 1:54 left to go in regulation, and once again, we will step aside. It's Garfield up by 8 on SmeeSports.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
1:54 left to go in regulation. This one far from Obercam. Initially, Garfield up by 18. It looked like this was their game to settle down. Still is, but a more manageable scenario for Warrensville Heights.
Yeah, they definitely have an opportunity to lane back into this one. It might come down to the fouling game and who's better at making free throws.
Warrensville, one more foul to give. Garfield has none, but that stat irrelevant right now for the Bulldogs. A 1:54 left to go, just under 2 minutes. And it's Williams on the inbound. We are back to the action. Still plenty of time for a lot of things to happen here. Belcher drives on Jackson, and an and one. It's just too easy given that mismatch. And it's back up to a 10-point game. Obviously, it's imposing. If you're Marlin, you got to just try to get set.
Yeah.
If you make this and one, it's as good as a 3 once again. And Warrensville would have to hit a 3 in response, realistically. Otherwise, this is Garfield's game. The and one is good. Free throws. They have really killed Warrensville in the second half. We'll go over the numbers after this one is done, while we also announce our player of the game presented by CrossFit Strongsville. But a lot of missed opportunities from the line in the second half. Hill drives and banks it in. But I don't hate taking the easy points. And now a whistle. We'll see what happens here.
He tipped it on the inbound.
So is it back to Warrensville?
I have no idea. But
it looks like the answer is no to that question. So 1:32 on the clock. It's going to be a delay of game warning on Warrensville. So you got to inbound here quickly. Belcher picks it up. Interesting to see him get it on the inbound. And now Williams, he will have to run around to try and clear the timeline. He will. And there's the foul from behind, well before the shot. I like this move from Warrensville Heights. If they're going to earn it, they're going to earn it at the line. Could be a bold move, but given the time constraints, it keeps the clock stopped. And if they're going to score, they're going to have to do it the methodical way. So 2 chances for C.J. Williams. The first is good. He now has 10. Parker subs out for Warrensville, and it's going to be Zachariah Belcher out of the game for Garfield. Back up to a 10-point lead for the Bulldogs. Williams, his second. Too strong. Johnson fights for the rebound, doesn't get it.
No, he did.
Wow, what an attempt to come back and get it. And now he steps out of bounds. And we'll see if it was touched first.
I think he tried to throw it out of bounds off the defender.
So it stays with Garfield in the end. And Johnson, that is over the timeline. But they're going to say it's on the tip. A very lucky break for Garfield. Now a minute left on the clock, and that one's good down low. You had to get that rebound. Now a 12-point game. 3-point chuckathon. That's your best bet. 1 minute on the clock in regulation. Hill at the top. He will drive. Tries to fight his way in. Too strong rebound, Starling. And that is about it.
Yeah.
67-55. Garfield Heights, they will improve to 11-5 on the year. Warrensville falling to 9-6 unless we have a change.
10.
10-second violation as Hill gets hit in the face. So a powerful way to get the ball back for the Tigers. And that one doesn't look good either. So 40.2 on the clock. Once again, our schedule looks like this for the next couple of days. Tomorrow, Minerva Alliance boys basketball at 7 at Minerva. Marlington, Canton Central girls basketball 12:45 at Marlington. The next week on Monday, Marlington Lake girls basketball, followed by Wednesday being a TBD day. We'll see where we're going. Thursday, it is going to be Minerva Carrollton Wrestling before Padua Holy Name girls basketball next Friday. That 3 no good. Push off ball. And there is the foul. We'll see who it's on. And it appears to be
on Marcus, I believe.
And there it is on Marcus Johnson. Once again, stick with us after this one goes final as we will announce our player of the game presented by CrossFit Strongsville. A lot of good candidates in this game, of course, but as usual, one might stick out more than the others. The first from Goo, once again a line drive. I think, Cam, you see exactly what I'm talking about with that shot.
Yeah. Got to have a little bit more arc on it.
If not, you have to hit the backboard and bank it in. His second. Same trajectory, same results. Goo 0 for 5 from the line. A 12-point lead. Garfield, they will run around and try and ice this one. Warrensville not giving up yet. And on the far side, Williams will keep it alive and back out to Johnson. Now 20 seconds left to go. The keep away continues. And I feel like you might be at a point where fouling is fruitless. And I think Warrensville is coming to that realization. Johnson, he will hold on to this one. 5 seconds on the clock. And it's going to be a Garfield Heights victory. Sonny Johnson 5, Michi Johnson 0. 67-55 your final. Garfield Heights now 11-5 on the year. Marcus Johnson, a slow start. But if there's any doubt as to if he is back or not, rest assured, he is. Garfield by 12 your final. We step aside one final time, and when we come back, we will announce your player of the game, presented by CrossFit Strongsville.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Here at Ledgewood Barbershop, it's the little things that count. From the moment you walk in, we want you to feel at home in a great community. Our barbers know how to serve our customers and make them love their fresh cut. Visit us today at 17100 Royalton Road in Strongsville, just across the street from the mall. Or call us at 440-238-5105. We know that once you stop in, you'll keep coming back. Ledgewood Barbershop, your next haircut awaits. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring. Homeowners, here's something you'll love. Crown Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing is now offering a free Rooted in Comfort home evaluation. That's right, it's free. Not a sales pitch, real education. We'll walk through your home's mechanical system with you, check indoor air quality, test your water, and answer the questions most homeowners never get clear answers to. All free, all about guidance, not pressure. Give us a call at 330-235-1575. That's 330-235-1575. Rooted in Comfort, honest guidance, real solutions. Crown Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Back on at Garfield Heights High School to close things out tonight, 67-55, your final. Garfield Heights knocks off Warrensville Heights as you are watching the OHSAA on SmeeSports, presented by Ledgewood Barbershop. Once again, I am Nathan Smee. Alongside me tonight, Cameron Gazzo, your player of the game, presented by CrossFit Strongsville. None other than Marcus Johnson, 27 points. Only, I believe, 6 in the first half. Really turned it on in the third and fourth quarter to give Garfield this 12-point win, which, if you would have said that in the first half, based on how they played, you would have thought, okay, it's not the same team.
I think he had 8 in the first half, but I mean, same thing. There's kind of a little asterisk. They win by 12, right? But they kind of win by 15.
And the big thing with that, C.J. Williams' phantom 3. That should have counted. That really should have counted. I don't know how that didn't count. And beyond that, there was a goaltend that wasn't assessed that should have been. In that case, 70-57, which actually is worse for Warrensville Heights.
Yeah, but still a great second half performance from Marcus. Obviously, just wasn't himself in the first half. It looked like didn't make a single 3, and then all of a sudden came out, had a really tough and 1 finish. And then from there, it was like he flipped a switch, was back to the normal Marcus that we're used to seeing out here on the basketball court, was raining threes, was taking some hard contact, was playing some great defense, and really propelled Garfield Heights to this win.
And Warrensville Heights had a great first half, scoring 33, 22 in the second half. Garfield only scored 24 points in the first half. Doing some quick math, 43 in the second, a 43-22 scoreline in the second half. That really does tell you the story of this game. All Warrensville in the first half, all Garfield at their own house in the second.
Yeah, it was definitely a phenomenal performance from both sides. Obviously, kind of one was in each half. I mean, Garfield Heights kind of wasn't there in the first half, and then all of a sudden they were in the second, and it's the exact opposite for Warrensville. And, yeah, that's kind of just the story of how tonight's game went.
Going through the scoring breakdown of Warrensville Heights first. Hill had 13. Leading the way was 20 with Nellumsby. Billingsley didn't call his name all too much in this game. He had 3. Gum had 4. Same with Parker. 6 for Myers. 3 for Jackson, as he really did catch fire down the stretch. Unfortunately for him, a little bit too late in this one. And Quaylen Howard had 2. Nearly more with that attempted dunk. In the end, it wouldn't have mattered. As for Garfield Heights, 7 for Zachariah Belcher, 13 for Javante Swift, a key player, of course, leaving due to injury in that fourth quarter. C.J. Williams, he had 10. Marcus had 27. Antonio Jones had 6. 2 for Anaton and 2 for Zachariah Belcher. Once again, it all goes back to Marcus. And I feel like in a big way today, Javante Swift. But to ice it, Zachariah Belcher, the elder of the 2 Belchers, he stepped up in a big way. Nothing could get by him in that big height down low.
Yeah, I mean, it was phenomenal. A couple of times they had to go to him to inbound. You know, everyone else is being picked up. Why not throw it to the big guy up high where only he can get it? Did a great job. And like you said, being able to come in late and clean up the board exactly when you need it and get some nice points down low. That's phenomenal.
As of right now, this is the last time that we're covering both teams this season. My big takeaway, Warrensville, they can go far in the tournament. I really think they can be a Final Four, if not state title contending team. They have the intangibles, they have the coach, they have the infrastructure in place to win. You don't beat Hoban for nothing. You don't win a game like that on the road against TK in his house and not be a talented team. As for Garfield, it's big one or bust. I think, honestly, it's going to be, okay, you don't win the state title, it's going to be a failed season and a failed tenure.
Yeah. I think both of these teams gotta pretty much feel that. I mean, maybe a little bit less for Warrensville Heights, but you have kind of the younger team, but you have both teams have great pieces, right? And both teams are gonna lose big pieces of their team after this season ends. And obviously for Garfield Heights, what you said, kind of the boom or bust, you got to make it all the way there. But I think in the back of their mind, Warrensville Heights says, why can't we do that too, right? I mean, obviously it feels they're on a collision course with Glenville, and that's obviously going to be a very, very tough game for them. But, if they're able to come by in that one, there might be a little trouble trying to stop them.
Yeah, I think the Glenville one's bad. Try St. V's, Cheney, Alliance, Bedford, and a bunch of the other teams in Division III. Oh, by the way, Gilmore's in there too, and Padua. All those teams in one little pod. Have fun getting out of that. It's going to be tough either way, but Warrensville Heights 0-5 in Michi Johnson's tenure against Sonny. Older bro knows best in this case. One more chance this year to right the ship, but even if they don't, the sky's the limit for them. And, of course, for Garfield Heights, the first ever father-son duo to win Mr. Basketball. I think come mid-March, Dayton is calling them once again. To stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and TikTok, SmeeSports LLC on Facebook and LinkedIn, and SmeeFest 2024 on Twitter. As well, go down below and subscribe. While there is no added cost, it greatly helps out all that we do here at SmeeSports as we cover the best for the Cleveland and the Stark County areas. Additionally, if you want to become a broadcast sponsor or advertiser, information is on your screen on how you can do that. Finally, 2 more games this week. Tomorrow, Minerva Alliance over at Minerva at 7 for boys basketball. Then Saturday afternoon, a 12:45 tip at Marlington High School as the Lady Dukes take on Canton Central Catholic. But that'll do it for us here tonight at Garfield Heights High School. It is the Bulldogs getting the win 67-55 over Warrensville Heights. For all of us here at SmeeSports, for Cameron Gazzo alongside me, I am Nathan Smee saying so long from Turney Road, and we will see you again next time. This has been the OHSAA on SmeeSports, presented by Ledgewood Barbershop.